everybody, and thank you so much for tuning in to ASPN HD. I am Jesse Mayfield Sheehan. I am here alongside my color analyst extraordinaire, Jack Roach. We are coming to you from Elliott Field in Brookline, Massachusetts for the 2022 Brookline Youth Baseball Major A-League All-Star Game. But wait, it's not All-Star Game time just yet, but if we got an appetizer for you today, the Home Run Derby. Jack, I'm about ready to savor this entire meal here today.
And for two guys with as much time spent around Brookline baseball as the two of us, it doesn't get much more exciting than what we've got in store today. We've got the All-Star Game, but first we're starting off with the Home Run Derby. Should be a lot of balls put over the fence. We've got 4 rounds in store today, and 2 players from each of the 6 teams. A lot of sluggers in action today, and I really couldn't be more excited for what we get to do here at Elliott Field today.
You couldn't be more excited. I know I couldn't be more excited, and I'm sure the fans at home couldn't possibly be more excited either. And we'll be right back to give you this Home Run Derby right after this.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover their unique mix of all kinds of traits.
Where'd Wiley go? Where's Wiley? Ah, there she is. Paw?
Do you remember being an ancient wolf? Do you ever feel the call of the wild?
You're a renegade cop, and I'm a con woman with nothing to prove. But together, we could really solve this murder.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but all of them are pure love.
Hello and welcome back to Elliott Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. Thank you so much for tuning in to ASPN HD. Once again, I am Jesse Mayfield Sheehan, joined by Jack Roach, and we are here for the opening act, so to say, of the 2022 Brookline Youth Baseball Major A Division All-Star Game, and that is the Home Run Derby as our opening act. And Jack, I'm excited.
I'm excited just as you are. I mean, it really doesn't get much more exciting than a home run derby. You see them in the major leagues, but for each and every one of these kids, this is such a special moment. 4 rounds of the home run derby here, and really will be a special moment for all these guys.
To announce the list of this year's participants in the order they will bat in. They go as follows. From the Guardians, we have Luke Lamacchia.
So our first batter due up will be from the Guardians, Luke Lamacchia.
Also from the Guardians, Josiah Kalmus.
Next up, also from the Guardians, Josiah Kalmus.
From the Orioles, we have Tommy Sullivan.
Next up from the Orioles, we have Tommy Sullivan.
Also from the Orioles, James Britton.
Another one from the Orioles, James Britton.
From the Mariners, Wyatt Dinwoody.
From the Mariners, Wyatt Dinwoody.
Also from the Mariners, Teddy Brown.
Also from the Mariners, Teddy Brown.
From the Reds, Nick Jewett.
Next from the Reds, Nick Jewett.
Also representing the Reds, Eli Gewirtz.
Next also from the Reds, Eli Gewirtz.
From the Red Sox, Ben Chase.
And from the Red Sox, Ben Chase.
Also from the Red Sox, Azuri Yamazaki.
From the Red Sox, also Azuri Yamazaki.
Finally, from the Giants, Amiel Jatkowitz.
From the Giants, Amiel Jatkowitz.
Last but not least, from the Giants, Milo Parks Cohen.
And finally, from the Giants, Milo Parks Cohen.
To our 12 players for this exhibition.
That is our lineup for the Home Run Derby. From the Guardians, Luke Lamacchia and Josiah Kalmus. From the Orioles, Tommy Sullivan and James Britton. From the Mariners, Wyatt Dinwoody and Teddy Brown. Then from the Reds, we have Nick Jewett and Eli Gewirtz. From the Red Sox, Ben Chase and Azuri Yamazaki. And finally, from the Giants, we have Amiel Jatkowitz and Milo Parks Cohen.
We've got a great lineup of sluggers, and in this first round, each entrant gets 10 outs. 1 home run will push you into that next round, so you got 10 shots to put one out of the park.
I love it. You know, that's one of the things I love about the home run derby is there's so many different ways you can structure it. You know, it's something you can really have a lot of fun with because it's meant to be a fun event. You know? I mean, we all know the kind of MLB home run derby we're used to seeing nowadays. You know, they've changed up that playoff structure here and there. They've fiddled with it. And then if you've ever watched ESPN Classic, like I used to back in the day, you would see the two old school guys on the black and white TVs, and they'd go a full 9 innings with 3 outs each inning, trading off to see who could get the most home runs by the end. But I'm excited for this one. Let's be in the moment right here, Jack. Let's enjoy this here and now. Stepping up to the plate from the Guardians, it's going to be Luke Lamacchia.
And nothing better than those 2 words, batter up, which we just heard moments ago. We're just moments away from kicking off this awesome event.
Absolutely. And you and I had an interesting conversation before the game. We were talking about if you get that 1 home run you need to qualify, you know, what would you have, as a player, what would you prefer to do? Obviously the rules say keep going until you get 10 outs, but if you're a play in there, do you prefer to just say, okay, I got my home run, I'm saving my juice for the rest of it, or, you know, do you prefer to just stay in the rhythm and keep going with what's essentially BP the rest of the way?
You know, I was conflicted when trying to answer this question, but I really think for each and every one of these guys, once you find a rhythm in the home run derby, you don't want to take any chances. Once you find that sweet stroke, you want to stick with it, and I'm sure we'll see some of that out of our first entrant, Luke Lamacchia.
And certainly the competitive spirit driving these kids from the home run derby, but you know what? At the end of the day, they get to play more baseball. So more chances to hit one out of the park, I don't think I'd say no to that.
Nothing better than that, and you mentioned more baseball is always better. You can say the same for all the players we've got here in the outfield shagging flies as we get underway here.
Yep, Luke Lamacchia from the Guardians, the first one up. Checking his swing at the first couple of pitches as got to get the baseball. Looks like they're fishing some baseballs out of the pitching net. Maybe they didn't have enough in the bucket to start. Fun logistics portion here with this one. Once again, as Jack said, 10 outs is what you're given in this one, and as everybody knows in the home run derby, an out is anything that's not over the fence. So let's see, and again, all you need to advance to the second round, just 1. Okay, we've got kids in the outfield, we got our pitcher on the mound. Here we go, first pitch, cracks the bat and chops it into center field. That's gonna be out number 1. And another one, he pulls this one to left. This might have it, no, just stops short at the wall, 2 outs. Decides not to swing on that one. Sends this one, it's high, but it's not gonna have the distance. That's out number 3. Gotta love to see the kids having fun chasing after those balls out there. Oh, a big swing. It's got some height, but it doesn't have the length. Out number 4.
Some great swings out of Luke, getting closer and closer to that home run.
This one's a line drive, would probably be a double to left center, but here it's just an out. 5 outs for Lamacchia. So he's got 5 outs left to put one over the fence and advance to the next round. Luke Lamacchia of the Guardians. He's had a couple of nice swings, but nothing has had the distance just yet. And that one's a hard grounder. That's going to be out number 6. Chops this one, got a little too much under it. That's out number 7. This one, oh, does it have it? Off the wall! Oh, that one hurts.
Just missed. I want to say under a foot away from being a home run. What a great swing on the bat, getting closer and closer to putting that one out in this initial first round here, which is all you need.
All right, that's a hard liner, and that is going to be out number 9. He's got 1 chance left. He sent one to the wall. Can he send one over? Decides to let that one go.
You want to be selective here. Down to your last out.
And again, decides to take. He's being smart. He's being selective, just like you said, Jack. Takes this one, and oh, he sliced it. So nothing for Luke Lamacchia, but not without some great shots to the outfield. Takes some pride in those good swings. He had one off the wall so close. And so that will do it for Luke Lamacchia. Now next up, his Guardians teammate, Josiah Kalmus.
Lots of good swings there by Luke, and a well-deserved round of applause by all in attendance here. His teammate getting things started now in round 2 for the Guardians.
Round 2 for the Guardians here is part of round 1 of the competition, and Kalmus has taken the first one. Still taking, not quite getting the pitches he wants just yet from his warm-up, from his effective BP pitcher. Takes a high one there and slices it, stays in the infield. That's going to be out number 1 for Kalmus. And pops it up again. He's getting under these to start. He's getting a lot of high pitches. Gets some good contact there, but it's just going to be a liner into right center, and that just counts as an out here. Doesn't take the swing there. You know, I always wonder, Jack, as a player, when you're in a home run derby, how do you feel when you get good contact on the ball, something that would be a hit, as that's going to be out number 4. You know, something that would be like a nice double to the outfield, but here it's just an out. It's got to feel kind of crummy.
I think that for these guys, as the playoffs approach, you really got to be happy with those good swings, even if you don't get the hardware at the end of the day. You know, each of these guys provides such an impact to, you know, each of their own 6 teams. So if you're getting good contact on the ball and you don't walk away with the title, I think that's a good round of batting practice in my book.
Couldn't agree more. 5 outs so far for Josiah Kalmus, as his pitcher now fishing some more baseballs. He needs just 1 out of the park to advance to the next round. So far he's got 5 out of 10 outs. And that's a hard grounder right back at the pitcher for out number 6.
Josiah liking those high pitches, and it's so interesting to see what each batter views as a home run ball.
Not to mention they've also got, you know, different warm-up pitchers, which makes things really interesting as he gets a little under this one, but not enough distance. That's out number 7. And that's a line drive. Almost took his own pitcher's head off there. Thank goodness for the net protection, right? That's out number 8. And, oh, slices that one. Kalmus down to his last out here.
Down to his last out, being selective once again.
And that one is going to be a liner right at the second baseman, and that's going to be out number 10 for Josiah Kalmus. But, you know, like you said, some good liners that would produce some good hits in a regular game. So he's got to be happy with the swings he knows he can produce going forward.
Absolutely. A lot of...
So now we've got the league leader in home runs coming up next from the Orioles. It's Tommy Sullivan. Several players coming up to us even before this one started. They're like, hey, watch this guy. First pitch, and that's why they told us to watch. Goodbye, home run. Sullivan already on to the next round with his first home run, and he just walks.
So I don't know.
One swing, and he walks off in style.
I don't know if that answers our question or if Tommy just decided he's done, because one crack of the bat was all it took.
Oh, man. You know what? If nothing else, that's style points. He comes up, one swing, I'm done. That's, as you know, as many of the young guys here predicted. Now up is Tommy's Orioles teammate, James Britton. We've got one player on to the next round. And he slices that one. That should be out number 1. Selective with these pitches. You know, one of the shorter players coming up, so he's got a smaller strike zone, which means he does have to be a little bit more selective as he pops that one up for out number 2.
Absolutely. The strike zone or wheelhouse for each player changes based on that height, but trust me, I've seen plenty of my home run sluggers throughout my time in BYB that, you know, weren't the tallest guys.
Absolutely. The potential's there. The question is, can the warm-up pitcher get the pitches to the spot he needs them as he grounds for out number 4? Because that's the thing. Normally, a small strike zone like that, I mean, he would have walked a couple of times already as some pitches just go over his head, but doesn't have that option here. He's got to put the bat on the ball. So his advantage almost gets cut in half, as currently he's on 4 outs, no home runs yet. And he chops that one. That's going to go into foul territory for out number 5. As he gets a piece of that one for out number 6. And another pop for number 7. Oh, good contact here, but that's just going to be a liner into left for out number 8. And again, pitch is just coming in high. 8 outs so far for James Britton. And that one comes in high.
Dylan, move! I can't see. I don't know how to get this on. I don't know it's your brother.
Takes a swing at that one and slices it. That's out number 9. James Britton down to his last out. And takes a slice at it, and that's going to be out number 10.
Some great swings by James Britton, but so far through these 4 participants, Tommy Sullivan, the lone entrant to advance to that next round, doing a little picking up, guys all over the field helping out, but really we've seen some great performances from each of these guys who have started off in this first round.
And now as we've gone through the Guardians participants and the Orioles participants, next up we have Wyatt Dinwoody from the Mariners. So we got our 2 Mariners representatives, Wyatt Dinwoody and Teddy Brown, on deck and in the hole, as it were. Stepping up next will be Wyatt Dinwoody. First one is a grounder for out number 1. Holds on that pitch. Oh, good crack here. Does it have the distance? Not quite. We've seen a couple of close ones. Luke Lamacchia, our first entrant, sent one all the way to the wall. And Dinwoody, with his second out on that one, got pretty close. Oh, good crack of the bat. It's coming right at us. Look out. Gone! Wyatt Dinwoody on to the next round.
You knew it was coming after that ball, just to the warning track, and that ball just a few feet away from us. I stretched out my right hand trying to grab it out here in center field, but being able to take a ball to center field, not pulling it to left as a righty, really speaks to the power that a batter has. So hopefully a preview of what's to come in these next rounds as Wyatt Dinwoody advances.
Yep. And like you said, came very close to us. You stretched your arm out. You got to lay out for those, Jack.
I don't want to mess with the audio equipment. Back in my playing days when I was in the Orioles, now that's a different story.
All right, so next up from the Mariners, it's going to be number 24, Teddy Brown.
And I'm sure it's so great to see your teammate advance. I'm sure you get a little bit of a bonus seeing a guy that you play all your games with and you're batting right behind him.
And we got our first lefty warm-up pitcher here. Pitching to Teddy as he sends the first one into shallow center for out number 1. Next one is a liner. That's out number 2. We've got 2 guys advancing to the next round already. Ooh, he's got some good contact here, but it's going to be just short. But that kind of contact gets you excited. You know he can get the clean contact. Can he send it all the way? As he pops this one up for out number 4.
And despite the switch in the pitcher, still finding the pitches that he likes.
Pulled that one for out number 5. And pulls it again for number 6. The lefty pitcher giving him a lot of pull opportunities, as it were, as he holds on that pitch. 6 outs so far for Teddy Brown. And that one almost hits him.
Some great line drives by Teddy so far.
If he can just get a little more lift under some of those, we might see a 3rd guy going on to the next round. Let's see what happens. He's being selective, waiting for his pitch. And he takes that one and sends it clean out to left. Ooh, a nice sliding grab by number 9 from the Orioles. Probably the defensive highlight so far of our home run derby action. And that's Mikey Sullivan, the brother of Tommy, who lit things up on his round, as this one's going to be popped up. By my count, that is out number 8. And golfs this one out to left. That's not going to have the distance. That's out number 9. Teddy Brown down to his last out here in the first round. And lines this one, and that's going to end it for Teddy Brown. Bunch of clean liners. Nothing cleared the fence, but, you know, some solid contact.
Absolutely. It's tough to walk away from a round like that and kick yourself for not putting it over the fence, because those are all hits throughout the game, something that we'll see later today in the All-Star game. I mean, that's a base hit right there. So
yeah,
you can't walk away from that upset. Some really clean swings from Teddy Brown, and now advancing on to the Reds hitters.
Yes, the Reds hitters due up. We have first number 15, Nick Jewett.
Rocking the Boston Prime helmet.
First one, he sends a hard liner for out number 1. And another liner for out number 2. He's swinging at everything, and he golfs this one. It's got some distance, but not enough. That's out number 3.
Nick loving those low and in pitches so far.
And that one gets a little over it for out number 4. And this one, out number 5. He's not taking anything. He's getting the pitches he wants, and he's just swinging. Oh, he skies this one, and oh, if that wasn't straightaway center, that might have had it. 6 outs so far for Jewett. Cracks the bat on this one. It's headed towards us, but again, just short.
Getting closer and closer on each swing. Still got a few more outs to work with here.
7 outs so far for Jewett. Can he put one of these next 3 over the fence? This one's got some height. Oh, but not enough distance. Just getting a little too under that one. But again, he feels so close as he hits a hard liner for out number 9. He's got 1 chance left. Now being a little more selective. And a hard grounder is going to end it for Jewett. Oh, man. So close. You know, got to sting a little, but again, no shame in the kind of drives that we're seeing today.
Absolutely. Every single one of these sluggers has really put great swings on the balls, and here comes his fellow teammate, Eli Guers, who's hopefully putting the Reds on the leaderboard, advancing to that next round.
So far, we've had 2 players advance. Tommy Sullivan from the Orioles took his first swing over the left field wall and just walked off in style. Wyatt Dinwoody took 3 swings to do it, but still sent one. Actually, Sullivan sent it out to right field. I got my lefts and rights mixed up. It was Dinwoody who sent it over the left field fence. So we've got 2 advancing so far, and like you said, up is the next member of the Reds contingent, number 12, Eli Guers. From what I hear, it's Eli Gerwitz, as that's out number 1. I'm hearing multiple different pronunciations, which is confusing me. This one's coming right at us, but it's going to be short of the wall.
I was going to say, Jesse, we might have to keep on saying that name because he was so close to advancing to that next round.
Oh, this one, he's got some carry, but it just stops at the wall. Out number 3.
But 3 solid outs.
And the warm-up pitcher had to stop because the ball was flying in front of him. They make the balk call as he lines this one for out number 4. And this one didn't quite get the lift. That's out number 5. Eli halfway through his round. He's got 5 outs so far.
And putting some really promising swings on each and every pitch he's getting, yeah.
A couple of real close ones halfway through the round. And that one's just going to be a hard liner for out number 6. That one being selective. Chops that one. It's going to stay in the infield for out number 7. 7 outs so far. And that's a pop-up for out number 8. And that one doesn't have the distance. That's going to be out number 9. Last one, and it's a good crack to left center, but not good enough. Out number 10, and that ends the round for Eli Gerwitz. Ends the round for Eli. A couple of really, really close ones, Jack.
Yeah, Eli had just about as promising of a round as we've seen from guys who haven't been able to make it to that next round. And again, I've said it once, I'll say it again. Those are a lot of base knocks that we'll see throughout the rest of the season, throughout the playoffs. So nothing to hang your head on. Some great swings on the ball, and just shy of that ultimate ball over the fence.
And now we move on to the Red Sox contingent, starting with number 22, Ben Chase.
You're in 5th grade. I don't see you. You're
First pitch to Chase, and he's taking. We got a catcher behind there now instead of just the netting.
That was there for last batter.
Cracks the bat and sends it out to right. We got a push hitter on that first out.
Yeah, not many guys able to get that same power to the opposite side of the field, but Ben showing what he's got so far.
Oh, this might be! It's gone! Ben Chase on to round number 2.
All it took was straightening the ball out. Goes Oppo and then takes that one out of the park, dead center. Almost came right at our camera. A really good round, 2 great swings, and on to the second round.
On to the second round. We've now have 3 advancers to all 3 parts of the field, and now the next Red Sox player, number 13, Azuri Yamazaki.
We were able to see the stats that Azuri's put up all season long, and you don't see too many guys with an OPS near 1,400.
Oh, does this have the carry? If it stays fair, it's foul. The Red Sox player's giving us some excitement. Oh, could this be it? If it carries, it carries. Goodbye. The Red Sox will be sending 2 players to the second round as Yamazaki sends one over the left field fence.
2 players, 4 swings. That's all it took. Got a pair of sluggers for the Red Sox, and it's going to be interesting to see these guys competing against each other as the rounds go on.
That's right, as it each took them just 2 swings apiece. And now we move on to the Giants contingent, starting with Amiel Jotkowitz.
Let's go, Giants. Yes. He better. He's gonna hit it.
First one, he cracks it high, and that's going to stay in the infield for out number 1. Gotten some excitement late in this round here. Some back-to-back qualifiers.
Absolutely.
A couple of pop-outs to start here with Jotkowitz.
Absolutely, and we've got a pair of Giants fielders in front of us, assuring us that we're going to get a dinger in this round.
Are they Profits? Off the wall! Oh! Off the yellow barrier. You literally cannot get closer than that.
No, it hit this side.
And as if that wasn't good enough, taking some practice swings to put it out of the park in the remainder of this round.
Oh, he's fired up after that one. He knows just how close he was. Lines this one to left. That's not going to have the carry. That's out number 4. Good contact, but not going to have the carry. That's out number 5 for Jotkowitz. And that's going to be a hard grounder for out number 6. 4 tries left for Amiel Jotkowitz, as he sends this one up the middle for out number 7. He's hit one off the wall, off that top yellow barrier. It's a hard liner, but doesn't have the height on it. It's going to be out number 8. 2 chances left. He steps back in. Good contact, just not enough distance. That's out number 9. Last chance now for Jotkowitz, as one of his teammates from the Giants scoops that one up and gets on top of that one. And that's out number 10. That's got to be the best non-qualifying performance we've seen so far. I mean, that one off the wall. Oh, it hurts me how close he was.
It's tough to get that much better than the performance we saw out of Amiel. And really, all these guys getting great swings. I mean, it's tough to walk away from that performance and not advance. But now we'll have to cheer on his teammate for the final member of this initial round.
And this is the last one of the first round from the Giants, number 12, Milo Parks Cohen. Taking the first couple of pitches. And first one's going to be a hard grounder for out number 1. And now a grounder, that's out number 2. Another grounder, just not getting under these pitches the way he needs to early in this one, as he's still waiting for his pitch.
And Milo, while he's representing the Giants in this home run derby, tells us that his favorite position to play is on the other side at the bump as the pitcher. So really does it all for the Giants.
Yes, indeed, as it shows a few different positions that he's played, both middle infield, third base, and pitchers. That's almost the entire infield right there, as he golfs this one to center, but it's not going to have the distance, and that's going to be out number 5. And gets a good liner to left there. Sliding catch by Mikey Sullivan again. He's had a few highlights for us so far. And that's going to be out number 7 there on that liner by Parks Cohen. Taking one high and inside. Waiting for his pitch. Gets under this one, but just can't carry it far enough. That's out number 8.
Good crack of the bat. That one came pretty close to us, but staying within the confines of the field.
This one's a hard grounder for out number 9. Last chance of the first round. And that's going to be a hard grounder, and that's going to end round number 1. A round of applause for Milo Parks Cohen rounding out the first round. And we've got 4 players advancing to round number 2. From the Orioles, number 34, Tommy Sullivan. From the Mariners, I believe. Yes, from the Mariners, number 22, Wyatt Dinwoody. And from the Red Sox, numbers 22 and 13, Ben Chase and Azuri Yamazaki.
And the good news, Jesse, is that in this second round, the top 4 guys advance. Well, we've got 4 guys in this round, so these 4 players had great first-round performances. We're hoping for great second-round performances, and eventually we're going to see some great third-round performances from each and every one of these guys.
No question about that. And, you know, that raises an interesting question. If the second round has 4 guys advance, are they still going to play the second round?
Well, it looks like we've got some debate on the mound right now, but I guess we'll just have to buckle up and watch.
Yeah, boy, I sure hope somebody lets us know what's going on. I'd hate to be the last to know. But, I mean, boy, after a first round like that, I mean, this is going to get exciting, you know? I mean, we saw a lot of close calls on that first round, but now we've got guys who have sent one over the fence, and now the question isn't, can you send one over the fence, but how many?
Exactly. It's so great to see what guys are able to do with a little more, you know, time to get used to your pitcher. And we've got a call in from the commish.
The order is Ben Chase, followed by Wyatt Dinwoody, followed by Tommy Sullivan, followed by Azuri Yamazaki. This is the semifinals.
So we are indeed moving right to the semis. We're moving right to round number 3. And it's the order, and correct me if I got this wrong, Jack, it should be Ben Chase, Wyatt Dinwoody, Azuri Yamazaki, and then Tommy Sullivan. Or did I get that wrong? It looks like I got it wrong. You have Sullivan 3rd and Yamazaki 4th.
Well, the great news is that each of these guys dons their colors, the team that they'll be on, so it's tough to miss that bright orange that the Orioles represent, that we see our guy Arlen Shostak wearing so frequently. Wearing proud, should I add.
Oh, he's definitely proud after that first round that his player Tommy Sullivan had. I still attest he had the most stylish outing of that first one. One swing, goodbye, and on to the next round. Because that was the first qualifier, so we didn't even know if he was going to keep going, but he just walked off after one swing.
It's tough to get better than that, but our guy Ben Chase hit a 3-run homer to center field to tie the game against the Mariners. That's his highlight of the season. Looking to do it again here.
Do we have another one? Off the wall. Ben Chase starting off his semifinal outing with some excitement. And he slices that second one. That's out number 2. How many outs do we get in this round, Jack?
Looks like we're sticking with that 10 outs per round.
Okay. And that's going to be out number 3 for Chase. And he swings and misses. That's out number 4. And he pops this one high for out number 5. Almost sent one over on his first swing, but has struggled with his swing since then. We know he can put one over as he lines this one. It takes a weird hop on that sort of divot just beyond the infield dirt in left field there. That'll be something to watch for come the All-Star game. He sends this one back, gone! Home run number 1 for Ben Chase.
Great swing by Chase there.
And he's got a high one, but this one's not going to have the distance. That's going to be out number 7. So Chase with 1 home run here in the semifinals. And this one's a hard grounder for out number 8. And that one's a grounder. That's out number 9, down to his final out here in the semis. He's got 1 so far and swung on and missed. And that's going to end it for Ben Chase.
Just 1 home run for Chase, but definitely struck that one with authority. That one was no doubt. The only question the two of us had was, is it coming to us? Because just missed our camera here in center field.
Absolutely. Now next up, we have the Mariners representative, number 22, Wyatt Dinwoody. Dinwoody, interestingly, took the longest to send one over of all of our qualifiers. For Sullivan, like we said, 1 swing. For the 2 Red Sox players, 2 swings each. For Dinwoody, it was 3 swings, but he gets a full round here. We'll see what he does. That first one is going to be an out.
And that's the beauty of the home run derby. You get a clean slate each and every one of these rounds.
Wyatt waiting for his pitch. Takes a high one and gets on top of it for out number 2. He needs lower pitches than that if he's going to send one out, as he now lines one into left for out number 3. And again gets on top of it. That's 4. Another hard liner. I mean, this is great BP, but nothing's gone over the wall just yet. 5 outs. Oh, but this has a chance. Forget chance. It's a guarantee. Goodbye. 1 home run for Wyatt Dinwoody. He has now tied Ben Chase.
And Wyatt's highlight of the season, which I'm sure breaks Ireland's heart, was a grand slam versus the Orioles. And here we go.
Here's another big slam. Almost to the streets. Wyatt Dinwoody now with the lead. Another hard liner. That's going to be out number 6.
I gotta say, Jesse, that might be our farthest home run so far today.
Boy, it certainly, I think, made a few parents nervous of, where did I park my car? Oh boy, look out, goodbye, 3 home runs for Wyatt Dinwoody.
And he has found his groove.
8 outs now after that liner. He's got 3 home runs so far. And the crowd is getting excited. And that one's not going to have the carry. That's out number 9, down to his last chance. As the pitcher picking up a few baseballs. 3 home runs so far. 1 out left. Launches it, and it's a liner over the fence. Make it 4 for Wyatt Dinwoody.
Wyatt.
He's got more home runs than he's got syllables in his last name. I love it.
He is crushing it, manning both of those corners at 3rd and 1st, but today it's all the bat.
And that liner is going to be out number 10, but 4 home runs for Wyatt Dinwoody. He is now atop the leaderboard. And now we get into the interesting part as everybody moves over to right field for the lefty from the Orioles, number 34, Tommy Sullivan.
All it took in Tommy's first round was 1 swing. Got a little bit more wiggle room now. Still got those same 10 outs, but he can put out as many home runs as his heart desires. We'll see how many he'll be able to here in this semifinal round.
And this is where it gets interesting because the top 2 advance to the finals. Right now, Ben Chase in second with 1 home run. Wyatt Dinwoody, the leader, with 4. So 2 home runs will eliminate Ben Chase, and 5 home runs would put Sullivan as the leader. First pitch, and a hard liner for out number 1. Second one, a hard grounder for out number 2. This one's gone. Not even going to question it. First home run for Tommy Sullivan. No doubt. Goodbye. Straightaway center. 2 home runs. Sullivan now in second place. And there's 3. Look at these balls carry. 3 in a row for Tommy Sullivan. And the streak ends at 3 in a row as he lines for out number 3.
That was the longest one by far.
And there's number 4. Look at these no-doubters.
All I can say, Jesse, is Tommy is not getting cheated on these pitches delivered from what it looks like is his mom throwing some great pitches that he's able to drive.
And this one's a liner into the outfield. A nice jumping grab by, I believe, one of the parents, as that'll be out number 4. And there's another launcher. Sullivan's got first. 5 home runs. He automatically qualifies with that one. Tommy Sullivan is on to the final round. He didn't even get halfway through his semifinal. 4 outs. That was it.
2 rounds. He hasn't had to finish either one of them. Already moving on to that final round. So Tommy crushing the ball in both of these first 2 rounds. We'll see what he's able to do as he moves on to that championship round.
And we had a couple of players asking us, is he crazy or is he crazy? And, you know, I'm going to go with the unique third option. He is insane! He launched 3 consecutive at one point, a total of 5. He could have kept going, but he didn't have to, as passing both Chase and Dinwoody automatically puts him in the final round. And now here's where things get interesting. From the Red Sox, number 13, Azuri Yamazaki. He is going to need at least 5 home runs, or at least 4 home runs to tie Wyatt Dinwoody. 5 would automatically send him to the finals.
Sounds right to me, Jesse.
That's going to be out number 1. So that one comes inside, doesn't swing. And that's going to be a hard grounder for out number 2. We're seeing some of the batters be a little bit more selective with their pitches in this round as he lines that one towards the wall, but just not enough height.
And getting some great swings on the ball. I mean, we've got the stats in front of us. He's one of the best hitters in Brookline baseball. We'll see Azuri again in the All-Star game, but so far just getting solid contact. Balls that would give you hits in the regular game, but it's a different story here in this home run derby.
He is halfway through his round, 5 outs so far. Still just trying to get that first one on the board. As he takes that one. Oh, this one's gone. Get out of here. Oh, in and out of the trash can. Style points.
No doubt about that one, Jesse.
Oh my gosh, he got a home run and almost got a 3-pointer in that trash can. We're getting the full experience here at Elliott Field.
No doubt about that one.
Slices that one. Out number 6 so far. Yamazaki has tied his Red Sox teammate Ben Chase with 1 home run this round. And you make it 2. That one's out of here. Almost to the trash can again. He's found his spot over that fence, and he's launched 2 there. He needs 2 more to tie Wyatt Dinwoody for second place. And this one's a hard liner for out number 7.
And Jesse, in that scenario, we've got the tiebreaker rules in front of us. Will be really exciting to see.
If it stays fair, oh, it's foul. Was it fair? I'm hearing both foul and fair, but
I heard a voice with a bit more bravado say foul, so I'll take that.
And that one is golfed. That one is definitely an out, and we'll mark that as out number 9. He needs 2 more, but he's got 1 out left. And launches this one. It's not going to have enough. And that is going to end it. Azuri Yamazaki finishes his semifinal round with 2 home runs. A respectable 3rd place finish for Yamazaki as we now move on to the final round between the Orioles' Tommy Sullivan and the Mariners' Wyatt Dinwoody. And you could hear those kids. They were like, "It's Tommy!" And they all just rushed over to the right field side. They know where the lefty puts it. They know where they're going.
You're right, Jesse. Tommy's had such an impressive first 2 rounds, but here we are in the finals. I mentioned it earlier. We've got a clean slate. We're not working with cumulative. Each round stands on its own. So Tommy Sullivan with 5 home runs in his previous round. Wyatt Dinwoody with 4. We've got a whole new round. The 2 final guys duking it out for the home run champion.
And actually, those kids might end up moving back to left field as they're doing rock, paper, scissors to decide who goes first. Wyatt has 1. And it looks like, I think Dinwoody has elected to go first, is what it looks like. Or no, he elected to go second. So Tommy Sullivan will be going first, and for the first time, he has to play the full round. He has not played a full round so far today. He got 1 swing in the first round because that's all he needed to qualify. And in the second round, he didn't even finish halfway through. He only had 4 outs, and he sent 5 over the wall to automatically qualify for the finals. Let's see what he does here. First pitch of the finals. Where else would it go but over the wall?
Off to a hot start here in this final round.
Make it hotter! Temperature higher, higher, just like the ball and over the fence. Keep the heat up! 3 in a row!
I think some of the people who own houses around here might need some insurance.
And is that over? Call the fire department! He's on fire! Somebody call Brookline FD! He's got 4 in a row, and I think he had to take a moment just to step back and laugh because of how insane this is.
Tommy making a lot of his friends, family, and even coaches proud so far.
Oh, and out. So disappointing. He's mortal. What are we going to do? And slices that one for out number 2. He's got 4 home runs and 2 outs. And that's 3 outs.
And we'll see if he's able to settle down here and find that groove he was in to start the round off.
There's the groove. He found it. That didn't take long.
Not at all, Jesse.
5 home runs. And Tommy's continuing his own chase with home run number 6. 6 over the wall, only 3 inside the wall. He actually takes a pitch for a change. Like you said, his pitcher, who appears to be his mom, has been giving him some good pitches. Gave him another one. Make it 7.
I mean, who would know his wheel zone better than his own mom?
Oh, man. Straight away center. That was a rainbow. That looked like it had the arc of a pop fly, and it still just kept carrying and carrying. This one's a liner, though, and that's going to clear the wall as well. Make it 9. It may only be June, but someone get the fireworks ready. Bang! I'm running out of things to say. I'm just awestruck. I'm running out of words. Jack, save me.
Well, there's not much more you can say.
Well, there's one more thing I can say. 11! Is this 12?
Oh,
Look out, cameraman! That's 12! And finally, out number 4. That's 4 outs. He's got 12 homers.
And I gotta say, I'm concerned for the number of pitches that poor Tommy's mom has to throw. Definitely wearing out her arm with all the home runs that Tommy's hit. 11, not even halfway through this round.
And Jack, you're actually underestimating him. It's 12 so far.
12.
Wait, did I say 12? That's a slight inaccuracy. Breaking news, 13. Oh, the mortal hits out number 5. Oh my gosh, can you believe not every swing has been a homer?
It's tough
hard
to believe.
It is hard to believe. Ooh, does this one have the distance? This is the first one I'm questioning. I shouldn't have questioned! How dare I question Tommy Sullivan, who just hit home run number 14. 15. No doubters, almost to the street. The crowd is now clamoring for one to the street, which is so much tougher with a lefty on this field.
Tommy
out
spraying.
number 6.
Right field. We've got plenty of balls to center field, putting some impressive swings on each and every one of these pitches.
15 is the mark so far. As that one is a comebacker for out number 7. And goodbye. I heard one of the guys in front of me just say dinger as the pitch was thrown. He knew. We all knew. It was gone. 16. And that's a liner just short. Stops at the wall for out number 8.
An out, but maybe the hardest ball he's hit all afternoon.
Oh my gosh. There's another one. 17. How do you even measure the hardness of these various hit balls? You know, it's like comparing an A bomb with an H bomb. What do you know, it's like it's still a bomb. As that's now number 9.
I'd love to measure each one of these home runs and add that number up and see how many miles of home run he's hit today.
Where's the exit velocity measures? Where are the exit velocity measurers? 18. Do I even need to say it? 19. Even down to his last out, he's not stopping. And there is the last out. 19 home runs, the final mark for Tommy Sullivan.
I can't believe what we just got to see. I mean, those first 2 rounds cut short just by the rules of the home run derby, but you give Tommy all 10 of those outs and he's going to put his fair share over the fence.
19 home runs, the final mark for Tommy Sullivan. And now, coming up with seemingly the Herculean task of chasing that mark from the Mariners, number 22, Wyatt Dinwoody.
It's definitely a tough feat to pull off, matching those 19 home runs. But we'll see if Wyatt's up for it. Able to get this far. And how about this? Maybe some revenge here. Grand Slam versus the Orioles. Tommy Sullivan representing the Orioles. So
first one, a long one, but it's going to stop at the track for out number 1. And this one, a grounder. That's out number 3. On YouTube, as this one just stops at the wall, out number 4. And indeed, thank you for watching here on ASPN HD. As Dinwoody cracks this one, goodbye! First home run for Wyatt Dinwoody. And that's a hard grounder for out number 5. 5 outs so far for Dinwoody, 1 home run. And that is going to be a ground rule double, which unfortunately in this just counts as an out.
Not even a half point.
You know, I'll put a word into the rule makers for you, Jack. Hard grounder there, that's number 7. A. And this one a long shot off the wall again. He's sent a couple off the wall here in this round as that's out number 8. And a hard grounder for out number 9. He's got 1 so far, down to his last out. Takes on that one. And launches that one. Not going to have the carry, and it was foul. And that is going to end the 2022 Brookline Youth Baseball Major A Division Home Run Derby. Your winner, representing the Orioles, number 34. Ironically, the same number as a pretty famous home run hitter from this Massachusetts area. And this one from number 34 is Tommy Sullivan.
We really got more than we bargained for, Jesse. Got to see so many great performances, but ultimately, Tommy Sullivan comes out on top with his 19 home runs in that final round. Really was a special performance to see, and something that Tommy and his whole family is going to remember for the rest of his life. Really special first event, and from what I hear, we're only getting this evening started with the Home Run Derby.
You have heard correct, Jack, as we get ready for the sort of award presentation here for the Home Run Derby. We do have more baseball lined up right after this. The All-Star Game coming up after the Home Run Derby, but the final placements, the final top 4 in 4th place from the Red Sox, number 22, Ben Chase. In 3rd place, also from the Red Sox, number 13, Azuri Yamazaki. The runner-up from the Mariners, number 22, Wyatt Dinwoody. And your Home Run Derby champion of 2022, from the Orioles, number 34, Tommy Sullivan.
There's not much more you can say, Jesse. Really special performance, and Tommy Sullivan, I'm sure we'll see some more of these home run pokes from him as he plays for the Orioles in this All-Star Game coming up with his younger brother. So lots of energy, lots of excitement, and we're only getting started.
Being a parent, especially for the first time, with that comes a lot of self-doubt. As a dad, I just try to lead by example. When you're trying to be the best person that you can be, your kids see that, and then they emulate that.
Re-announcing all of our Home Run Derby participants here, okay?
But first, the Home Run Derby.
From the Giants, Milo Park Cohen.
So they announce all the participants. First up from the Giants, Milo Parks Cohen.
Also from the Giants, Amiel Jotkowitz.
Also from the Giants, Amiel Jotkowitz.
The Reds, Eli Gewirtz.
From the Reds, Eli Gewirtz.
Also from the Reds, Nick Jewett.
Also from the Reds, Nick Jewett.
From the Mariners, Teddy Brown.
From the Mariners, Teddy Brown.
From the Orioles, James Britton.
From the Orioles, James Britton.
From the Guardians, Josiah Kalmus.
From the Guardians, Josiah Kalmus.
Also from the Guardians, Luke Lamacchia.
And also from the Guardians, Luke Lamacchia.
For our 4 semifinalists,
And now the semifinalists.
Azuri Yamazaki from the Red Sox.
First from the Red Sox, Azuri Yamazaki.
Ben Chase, also from the Red Sox.
Also from the Red Sox, Ben Chase.
And our runner-up with 4 home runs in the semifinal and 1 in the final is Wyatt Dinwoody.
The runner-up from the Mariners with 4 home runs in that semifinal and 1 in the final, Wyatt Dinwoody.
For the big hardware, from the Orioles, Tommy Sullivan, who had 5 home runs in the semis and 19 in the finals. Well done.
And then, fly flew in my mouth. The winner from the Orioles with 5 home runs in the semifinals and 19 in the finals, it's Tommy Sullivan.
And Tommy still got that helmet on. He's ready to step right back in there and put some more out of this ballpark.
Both him and Dinwoody still with their helmets as Wyatt takes his off. And a bit of a Tommy chant going as they celebrate the electric home run derby champion who really treated us to an experience. All of us who got the chance to watch that, like you said, it was an experience.
It was nothing short of an experience. Tommy really put on such a show, such a treat for all of us, and hopefully he'll be able to carry that momentum into this All-Star game representing the Orioles. So really a pleasure for all of us to watch, a really special performance. I remember back in my days seeing a guy, Joey Lantos, putting up a great performance, another former Oriole. So special to see an Orioles player carry on that tradition of really having nothing short of a stellar home run derby.
And once again, we want to thank you for tuning in to ASPN HD for this production of the 2022 Brookline Youth Baseball Major A Home Run Derby. For Jack Roach, I'm Jesse Mayfield-Chin. We'll be right back after this.
Severe weather can strike anytime, anywhere, but there's a simple way to stay safe. Hey, Jim Cantore here. I stay safe in dangerous weather by planning ahead. You can stay safe too with a few easy steps. Build an inexpensive kit with supplies for your family's needs. Write down important information like phone numbers and medications. Always talk with your family and remember any pets in your planning. Be ready, be safe. Start your plan today at ready.gov/plan.
Here in between the Brookline Youth Baseball Major A Home Run Derby and All-Star Game, a little bit of a special award ceremony in between for the Herb Silverman Sportsmanship Award.
Luka Josephs from the Orioles. Everyone give Luka a big award. Harvey, come on in.
And so we have announced the winner of the 2022 Herb Silverman Sportsmanship Award from the Orioles, Luka Josephs.
What a special award, Herb Silverman and his family meeting right at the pitcher's mound, but a really special award. Baseball is such a team-driven sport, and having a guy that exemplifies excellent sportsmanship really, cannot be overstated how important that is for a baseball team.
Absolutely, and as much of a team sport as baseball is, it can be so easy to let yourself get isolated. Your turn at the plate, the ball's coming your way, and so it does speak a credit to the guys who are able to exemplify sportsmanship the way that players like Luka Josephs can do. Hey, again, here at Elliott Field, it is the 2022 Brookline Youth Baseball Major A Division All-Star Game. I'm Jesse Mayfield-Chin along with Jack Roach. Thank you for tuning in to ASPN HD. We'll be back after a short break with the start of this ball game. Stay tuned.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look! Hello and welcome back to Elliott Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, joined by Jack Roach for this presentation of the 2022 Brookline Youth Baseball Major A Division All-Star Game. We are in the top of the first inning, and leading off for the American League from the Guardians, number 9, Nick Dowd. As he takes that one low for ball one, the count should be 1-1 after an opening foul ball. As he faces off against the NL's opening pitcher, swings and misses for strike 2, 1-2 the count from the pitcher from the Reds. I think that is number 12, number 12, Eli Gowers, as this third strike gets away from the catcher, and he's gonna reach. How about that to start a game, huh, Jack?
I mean, listen, the beginning, our opening event, the Home Run Derby, couldn't have been more exciting, and nothing like a fast-paced, exciting play to open this one out, get a base runner. Here we got Azuri Yamazaki, who had quite the performance earlier this afternoon.
Indeed, Azuri Yamazaki, one of the semifinalists from the Home Run Derby, a member of the Red Sox, number 13, and he fouls that first one off for strike one.
And Azuri plays some of the premier positions in the sport, both ends of the battery. He's a catcher, he's a pitcher, and guess what? He plays shortstop too.
And we'll see what he can do at the plate here. As this pitch gets away from the catcher, Dowd is going to take off for second, and the American League has a runner in scoring position to start this one off. So we have a reach on a dropped third strike, and then an advance on a wild pitch. And let's see what Yamazaki can do. No outs, runner on second. Big crack of the bat. That's going to the wall, off the wall. Dowd's going to round third and come for home. Yamazaki with a long RBI single.
Great crack of the bat. Clearly has not cooled off from that home run derby, because that one was just inches away from another home run. And speaking of the home run derby, we've got none other than Tommy Sullivan up.
This year's home run derby champ from the Orioles, number 34, Tommy Sullivan. Immediate first pitch, hard grounder up the middle. That's going to be a clean single to center as Yamazaki advances to second. Back-to-back singles for the American League. Still no outs, and they have a 1-0 lead over the NL. As now coming up to the plate with runners on first and second from the Guardians, number 2, Luke Lamacchia. First pitch is outside for ball 1.
All right, Eli, you got this now.
Lamacchia, also a participant in the home run derby. As he takes strike one, Yamazaki was thinking about it between second and third, but ultimately just a fake. First and second, nobody out here on the top of the first. And that's another hard grounder up the middle, and that's going to get past everybody. That's going to at least load the bases. Yamazaki holds at third, and Sullivan dives back to second. We've now got the bases loaded for the American League with nobody out. And up for the American League from the Red Sox, number 6, Theo Bruin.
Great crack of the bat by Luke Lamacchia, getting things started, and he plays just about every position on defense too.
That first pitch to Bruin misses for ball 1. Next pitch sliced to the backstop for strike 1, a 1-1 count to Bruin.
Sure, we'll see some appearances from Bruin on the mound, because this year he threw an 8-pitch inning. You don't see too many of those in baseball.
Absolutely not. This one, a swing and a miss at the high one from Gewurz, and that's going to be strike 2. Eli Gewurz, the starter on the mound from the Reds for the National League. He was also a participant in the home run derby, as he gets strike 3 there for the first out of the top of the first inning.
Great job settling down by Eli. It's tough when you're getting flustered by all these great hitters. These are the best of the best, but being able to take a deep breath and just throw strikes is key.
And he almost hits the next batter, but that'll be ball 1 from the Orioles, number 22, Jack Hocklutner. And that one is in there for what I believe was strike 1.
Sounds right to me, Jesse, and he's looking to drive in his teammate standing on second base, Tommy Sullivan.
This one's going to come in low for ball 2. And indeed, Tommy Sullivan from the Orioles on second, Azuri Yamazaki from the Red Sox on third, and Luke Lamacchia from the Guardians at first, as that's going to be a strike 2 to Hocklutner. So we've got all 3 American League teams represented on the bags right now. Some of the beauty of what you get in an all-star game. Here comes the pitch, and that's going to be low, and that's going to be a full count. So a full count and 1 out. No, that was strike 3. Excuse me. I guess I didn't hear the ump's call. So that's going to be out number 2 on back-to-back strikeouts from Eli Gewurz. Can he get out of this jam with just 1 run allowed? And that's going to ultimately come down to this batter from the Guardians, number 12. As he takes strike one, that is Bryce Hellendrung.
And Hellendrung, just 11 years old, his first year in the majors, but a lot of pressure put on him here in order to drive these 3 runners home.
And it's a 1-1 count after that outside pitch. And a swing and a miss. Gewurz fooled him. That looked like had a bit of a curve on that one.
Hey, we've got some sharp pitchers at every level of the game. This is when guys really start to take it up a notch.
That pitch outside, and it's going to be a 2-2 count to Hellendrung. The American League trying not to leave the bases loaded. They've driven in 1 run so far on the RBI single off the wall by Yamazaki as this pitch comes in high, and we are going to have a full count here to Hellendrung.
So the runners will be going here. Should be an exciting play.
Swing and a miss. 3 straight strikeouts from Eli Gewurz. That is how you get out of a jam, Jack.
Great job settling down, understanding how important it is to get those outs, but able to take a deep breath and settle into the stuff that he has on the bump.
And so the way that top of the first inning goes, Nick Dowd led off and reached first on a dropped third strike of all things. Azuri Yamazaki came up next, hit a single off the wall to drive in Dowd, who had advanced to second on a wild pitch. So it was a shaky start for Gewurz. You know, a couple of pitches get away from his catcher, puts a runner in scoring position, and he comes in to score. And then after that, 2 more singles from Tommy Sullivan and Luke Lamacchia to load the bases with nobody out. Strikeout, strikeout, strikeout.
And give him 4 in the first inning.
Yeah, 4 strikeouts in the first inning. You're not going to see a stat line like that often. As we now get ready for the bottom half, we see the American League coming out to gum on the defense, and starting on the mound for the American League from the Red Sox is the guy who drove in their lone run so far, number 13, Azuri Yamazaki. And while we wait for the NL to come up, let's take a look at the starting lineup for the National League. We saw part of the American League, but let's take a look at the National League as they are due up. Leading off from the Reds, number 19, Leo Vankoski. Batting second from the Giants, number 5, Amiel Jotkowitz. Batting third from the Mariners, the Home Run Derby runner-up, number 22, Wyatt Dinwoody. The cleanup hitter from the Reds, number 15, Nick Jewett. Batting fifth from the Mariners, number 24, Teddy Brown. Batting sixth from the Reds, number 12, Eli Gewurz. Batting seventh from the Mariners, number 6, Devin Reed. Batting eighth from the Giants, number 12, Milo Parks Cohen. Batting ninth from the Reds, number 2, Max Mnookin. Batting 10th from the Giants, number 2, Kramer Toto. Batting 11th from the Mariners, number 8, Soji Sano. And batting 9th from the Giants, number 7, Hudson Huang. So leading off here in the bottom of the first, we have from the Reds, number 19, Leo Vankoski. Shows bunt, but pulls back to take strike one from Yamazaki.
And Yamazaki, we mentioned earlier that he plays catcher, shortstop, pitcher. Catcher by trade, but here on the opposite end of the battery.
And that's going to be a hard grounder foul up the third base line, so a quick 0-2 count to Vankoski.
Yamazaki doing a little bit of everything today with that home run derby performance, driving in runs, and now starting things off for the AL on the mound.
0-2 pitch. In there for strike 3. 3 pitches, 3 strikes. And very quickly, Yamazaki has his first out. In much the same way that Gewurz would have had his first out in the top half of the first, if not for the dropped third strike.
That's right, Jesse. And really, a duel of 2 pitchers, nothing short of an all-star performance.
And we got a swing and a miss for strike number 1 to the second batter for the NL from the Giants, number 5, Amiel Jotkowitz. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Yamazaki simply dealing 5 pitches, 5 strikes so far from the AL starting hurler.
great pitch by Yamazaki. Went to that off speed and had him fooled.
This one he manages to get a piece of and fouls it into the trees up above home plate. Very interesting how the trees almost bleed over the backstop here at Elliott Field. Makes for some interesting physics interactions with the foul balls. As this one, he gets it into the field of play, fielded at third, thrown to first. In time for the 5-3 ground out. Well fielded at third by the Orioles number 22, Jack Hocklutner.
And that was a tough pitch by Yamazaki, bringing it down and in, but great jog by Djokovic, able to adjust and take that ball in play, almost reaching first base on the hit.
And now at the plate with 2 down, up from the Mariners, number 22, Wyatt Dinwoody, as that first pitch catches the outside corner for strike 1. And we talked about the great throw from Hocklutner, also a great catch at first from the Red Sox number 6, Theo Bruin, on that 5-3 ground out as this pitch comes in the dirt for ball 1. So a 1-1 count to Dinwoody, who we saw plenty of in that home run derby. He ultimately finished as the runner-up, but had an impressive 4 home runs in the semifinals.
That's right, Jesse. Really had a great performance in the home run derby, and it seems like he's a slugger, with his highlight of the season being a grand slam versus the mighty Orioles. So make sure you don't blink when he's up. Might put one out of the park here in our All-Star game.
Yamazaki's been painting the corners so far this at-bat. This pitch is going to miss low. I believe the count is now 2-2 to Dinwoody, as he's hit him with the outside corner and the inside corner. Yamazaki showing some great placement here in the bottom of the first. And that pitch is inside, and that's going to fill this count, I believe, at 3-2. Might be 2-2, actually, hard to tell. Either way, a big crack in the bat. Does this have the wall? Yes! Home run, Wyatt Dinwoody! He said, runner-up in the home run derby, I'm saving my big blast for the All-Star game.
And what I say, Jesse, don't blink. Well, I'm glad our listeners didn't, because that was one sweet swing of the bat, putting it out of the ballpark and tying this one up at 1 apiece.
We do have a tie ball game, a 2-out solo shot, an absolute screecher, because that was what we in the business call a scream and line drive, but it screamed all the way over that fence. And that first one is going to catch the inside corner for strike 1, as now at the plate from the Reds, number 15, Nick Jewett. Two outs, 1-1 score. The 0-1 pitch down Broadway for strike 2. Yamazaki not blinking himself in the face of a 2-out home run, continuing to throw strikes.
Yamazaki very comfortable with that off-speed pitch. You don't see that out of guys at this level that often.
Now the 0-2 catches him swinging, strike 3. The first inning of the 2022 All-Star Game is in the books, and we've had plenty of excitement, plenty of highlights already, and we've got a tied 1-1 score. You ready for some more, Jack?
I am more than excited. I don't think you can ask for much more than what we've got so far. We've got strikeouts, hits, and runs.
And we've got a quick break coming up in between innings, but we'll be right back with the second inning. Stay tuned.
As a scientist, I know by the time she takes her first breath, 9 billion more tons of carbon pollution will be in the air. When she takes her first steps, wildfires will have burned millions more acres she could have explored. By the time a child born today goes to college, it may be too late to leave them the world we promised. Our window to act on climate change is like watching them grow up. We blink and we miss it.
Hello and welcome back to Elliott Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. For ASPN HD, I'm Jesse Mayfield-Chien, joined by Jack Roach here for the 2022 Brookline Youth Baseball Major A Division All-Star Game. Top of the second inning underway. First pitch is going to be a dribbler over to second, fielded well, thrown to first for out number 1. And that was for the American League. That was the Red Sox number 15, Theo Lawrence, leading off with a 4-3 ground out. Well fielded at second base by the National League's number 7 from the Giants, Hudson Huang. As taking the mound is another Giants player for the National League, number 5, Amiel Jotkowitz. Now batting 1 out, game tied at 1 apiece here in the top of the second from the Orioles, number 19, Shea McDonnell. First pitch from Jotkowitz misses outside for ball 1, and catching that 4-3 ground out for the National League from the Mariners, number 22, Wyatt Dinwiddie, who put one over the fence in the bottom half of the first, as that's a swing and a miss from McDonnell. It'll be a 1-1 count.
A lot of strikeouts in that first inning, but the first out here in the second, nice 4-3 ground out. Good play on the defense by Hudson Huang, and maybe we're getting a little bit more pitching to contact here in the second.
Possibly, but we did see a swing and a miss for strike 2. It's a 1-2 count to McDonnell. Jotkowitz winds and delivers, and he gets a piece of it to foul it off. That's one of the beautiful things about this All-Star game as well. We get a new pitcher every inning. Everybody's getting a chance to play a little bit of everywhere today. You know, maximum fun.
And that's how it should be. You know, these guys all worked hard to get to the place they're at now, and they should enjoy that today. Have some fun in this All-Star game.
Oh, the 1-2 again. This time a swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 3 for McDonnell. 2 quick outs from Jotkowitz here in the top of the second. Now coming up for the American League from the Guardians, number 24, Roger Gao. First pitch catches the inside corner for strike 1.
Roger Gao here in his first All-Star appearance. Really exciting moment for him today.
Now the 0-1 from Jotkowitz misses outside for ball 1. You know, I kind of wish the pros would do this. Just get one set of All-Stars and they all have to play every position.
Oh, I would love nothing more than that.
I want to see Xander Bogaerts on the mound. 1-1 pitch from Jotkowitz. Hard grounder. That's going to go up the middle for a single. A 2-out single from Roger Gao puts a runner at first, setting up the Red Sox number 5, Tycho Barden. Tycho Barden. Slight correction on my pronunciation there. First pitch in there for strike 1. Gao taking a slight lead off from first. So it's an 0-1 count. That pitch catches the outside corner, an attempted pickoff at first, but Gao slides back safely.
Tycho just 11 years old again here in his first All-Star appearance. So for a lot of these guys, first time playing in this special event.
0-2 count. Pitch, and fouls it behind him. He stays alive with an 0-2 count. Another 0-2 pitch from Jotkowitz. Catches the inside corner for strike 3. So a ground out and 2 strikeouts in an impressive shutout inning for the Giants' Amiel Jotkowitz. That ends the top of the second.
And great defense by those guys in the field, especially while there weren't any plays to the outfield. Center fielder Devin Reed in his first game back from a sprained ankle. If you're an athlete, you know how serious that injury can be. So really special day for him being out there in the field, not just for him, but for all his teammates cheering him along. Really impressive to see guys come back from injury and be able to be there for the teammates, the family, and even have his big moment for himself.
Absolutely, and we're going to get a chance to say his name in this upcoming bottom of the second. He is in the hole here in the bottom of the second. Leading off will be from the Mariners, number 24, Teddy Brown, followed by from the Reds, number 12, Eli Gewirtz. And then, as the man you mentioned from the Mariners, number 6, Devin Reed, as they will face off against the AL's new pitcher from the Orioles, number 9, Mikey Sullivan.
That name sounds familiar.
Yeah, it was. He was one of the big unsung stars from that home run derby. Made some of the most highlight-worthy catches, although it was his brother Tommy who ultimately got the hardware because he was balling out with the bat, as it were, in that home run derby.
And for each of these guys in their favorite highlight of the season, both mention how it's just playing with their brothers. I mean, I got to play with my brother Owen at some levels of the game, and there really isn't anything better than that. You know, you talk about it all day long.
And I ask you, who's completing the battery with Mikey here behind the plate in this inning?
I see orange.
Who else? Who else? It's the Sullivan battery here in the bottom of the second inning, leading off for the National League from the Mariners, number 24, Teddy Brown. First pitch, and he hits a high hopper up the middle. Too hard for anyone to get. That, no error there. Clean base hit up the middle for Teddy Brown.
No error at all. That would have been one heck of a play if Nick Dowd was able to make that, because that was a rocket up the middle.
So now batting with a runner at first from the Reds, number 12, Eli Gewirtz. First pitch is skied. Sullivan tracking it, and it's off the trees.
Eli getting it done on the mound, recovering from that tough spot he was in last inning. Let's see if he's able to do the same here with the bat in his hands.
He's got an 0-1 count so far against Mikey Sullivan. Teddy Brown at first, and that pitch misses low and away for ball 1. And you know, it's got to feel nice knowing that your big brother is the one blocking any potential wild pitches for you.
And if he misses them, then you're able to yell at him later in the night.
Well, nothing needed that time. A simple swing and a miss for strike 2. 1-2 now the count to Gewirtz. No outs, runner at first. We are tied at 1 apiece here in the All-Star game in the bottom of the second inning. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Attempted pickoff is not going to get Brown, but they do get Gewirtz for the first out here in the bottom of the second.
Great pitch by Sullivan. A lot of confidence thrown to your brother. And then we love to see the catcher checking on that runner at first base, trying to pull off an unorthodox double play.
Now at the plate from the Mariners, number 6 is Devin Reed as he hits a grounder off the first pitch. Oh, no. That was a hard bounce. That bounced off the lip of the infield grass into the face of Azuri Yamazaki. That looked like it stung, and it looks like he might be coming off the field. Oh, I hope he's okay.
Trying to shake it off.
He's got coaches talking with him. Looks like he's showing him off. The guts from Azuri Yamazaki after taking a ball to the face. Again, you can't give an error, because how are you supposed to field a weird hop like that? So,
of course, a lot of guys fighting through pain. We mentioned Devin Reed making his appearance back from injury, and how Yamazaki taking a ball off the face. So a lot of courage from these ball players today.
And we got a wild pitch, a throw down to third, and Brown is going to slide in safely. So that's going to put 2 runners in scoring position here for the batter from the Giants, number 12, Milo Parks Cohen. It's a 1-0 count to Parks Cohen. 1 out, runners at second and third now after the wild pitch. It is Devin Reed at second, Teddy Brown at third. The Mariners well represented on the bags as this Giants player pops it up, fielded by the shortstop for out number 2. Nice snag from Bryce Hellendrum. And so with 2 down, runners still at second and third, up from the Reds, number 2, Max Minukin. Can Sullivan get out of the jam? There's a way we saw Gewirtz get out of it in the first inning, as the first pitch misses for ball 1. Mikey Sullivan sets the 1-0 pitch. And that one is in there for strike 1. So a 1-1 count. such a pressure situation. 2 down, 2 runners in scoring position in a tie ball game. 1-1 pitch, fouls it to the backstop for strike 2.
And here we go, 2 strikes, really tough position, 2 outs, 2 runners in scoring position, and really this is on the stage we're at right now in the All-Star game. You can't ask for more than that, and really we'll see who's able to deliver, pitcher or batter.
And that first one is going to miss high and inside for ball 2. So no answer yet as Mnookin continues to battle. Sullivan sets, 2-2 pitch. Hits a grounder right back to Sullivan, but he juggled it, recovered, throw to first, and Yamazaki's got it for out number 3. Toughing through a ball in the face to catch the last out, and the brotherly battery of Mikey and Tommy Sullivan complete the shutout frame in the bottom of the second. 2 innings through here in the Brookline Youth Baseball Major A All-Star Game. The American League won, the National League won. With Jack Roach, I am Jesse Mayfield Chin for ASPN HD. We'll be back with the 3rd inning right after this.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter what you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
Hello and welcome back to Elliott Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. For ASPN HD, I am Jesse Mayfield Chan alongside Jack Roach here for the 2022 Brookline Youth Baseball Major A All-Star Game. We are joined by a special guest this inning here for the top of the 3rd, the president of Brookline Youth Baseball, Holden Hodgson. Holden, thank you so much for joining us.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Ooh, first pitch. We got a hard liner caught by the shortstop. Great catch to start off the top of the 3rd by the Reds' number 12, Eli Gewurz, as we start off with a line out by the Orioles' number 9, Mikey Sullivan, against the NL's new pitcher, trying to catch that jersey number as he pitches to Nick Dowd. And we've got another first pitch contact, and a juggle by Gewurz is going to result in a reach for Nick Dowd off that pitch from number 8 from the Mariners, Soji Sano.
That's right. What a player.
Yeah, so Holden, this has been such a special experience already today. We had the Home Run Derby, Sportsmanship Award, now the All-Star Game. You know, how great is it to see all these events come together?
This is great.
Oh my gosh, they're not giving us any time. All these first pitch contact as this one's going to the wall, and this is going to advance down to 3rd. Another single for Azuri Yamazaki. The ball in the face meant nothing to him as he comes out with his 2nd straight single.
You said it, yeah. Way to play through.
And now coming up with runners on the corners and 1 out, it will be from the Orioles, number 34, our Home Run Derby champion, Tommy Sullivan.
That was some show earlier in the Home Run Derby.
Absolutely. We got a slight meeting at the mound. We haven't seen that before up to this point, as the NL manager coming out.
Holden, while we've got you, I'd love to hear about just the experience you've had that we've both been able to work on through the Sean Roberts Challenger League. Really special thing that we're able to work on through Brookline Baseball. What's your experience been like doing that so far?
I'm really glad you brought that up. Frankly speaking, as great as this product is on the field that we're watching today, the Challenger might be my favorite thing that we do in Brookline. The small community of players and families that we have together year after year there. I've only been involved with 2 years, but they're all always there smiling and ready to play baseball at this field. And the fact is we loop in our high school players, both from the softball and baseball teams. Everyone's involved, and realistically it just points to how baseball is a great event and sport for everyone, and that it can bring out the best in everyone as well. So I'm thrilled to be involved with that one, frankly. I'm glad you brought it up.
Thank you. I mean, I was able to get involved at the inception of the league when I was in high school playing for the Brookline High varsity team, and something that guys really at every level here in Brookline baseball have started to get involved in. So really special that the town of Brookline has that.
Indeed, indeed. Yep. And some new players come in, some go away, but and it's kind of timeless in the sense that there's really not a age cap. You can show up and the players are always ready to do their best in all their stations.
Now the 2-1 pitch. Sullivan swings and misses, but it's another wild pitch. In comes Dowd, and that's the go-ahead run. That was timing from you guys. You knew a run was about to come in. Psychic.
That's what a good color guy does. He gets in and he gets out.
Exactly. So a couple of wild pitches. One advanced Yamazaki to second, and Dowd decided smartly to go back to third, but then another wild pitch brings him in. And now it's a 2-2 count to Tommy Sullivan with 1 out and a runner at third. The American League now with a 2-1 lead over the National League. 2-2 pitch from Sano. Hard contact, and that's going to skip past the second baseman. Yamazaki's going to come in easily. Tommy Sullivan down to first with the RBI there as the AL goes up 3-1. So back-to-back singles from both Yamazaki and Sullivan there, and now with 1 out and a runner on first, up from the Guardians, number 2, Luke Lamacchia. And another first pitch swing. This one is foul. It's been so hard to work you in. We've got you here, Holden, and we want to get you involved, but so many first pitch swings, and it's like, oh no, the game.
Well, I'm thrilled to be watching myself. I haven't got a chance to watch enough Majors Baseball this year with all the other baseball activities going on and coaching myself, but this is a good product and
Absolutely.
great players.
Hey, I'd almost say you're getting the better deal, as that one is strike 2 to Lamacchia, because I've been doing nothing but covering high school ball all spring, and I find it such a fun game at that level. As we get an 0-2 count here to Lamacchia. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes from Soji Sano of the Mariners, and that's going to be out number 2. Now up with 2 outs and a runner on first from the Red Sox, number 6, Theo Bruin. Sano sets. First pitch, big swing and a miss for strike 1.
And in this inning, Yamazaki and Sullivan both coming up big with the bat. You guys think that they get advantages from that BP earlier today in the home run derby?
It's pretty evident, yes.
Hard crack from Bruin, right in right field. Oh, did he catch it? He caught it!
Wow.
Hudson Huang!
What a play.
That was far from a gimme. That was great contact from Bruin. You know, maybe not in the most ideal spot. There was a fielder in the vicinity, but that was not a gimme catch. He had to slide for that.
Earlier, we get the home run derby. There's so much focus, especially at this level, on the offense. Everyone wants to see the home runs, the crack of the bat, but really great defense there and right by Hudson Huang. And, it doesn't get much better than that, right, Jesse?
Not much better. We end the top of the third. The AL scores twice. Nick Dowd from the Guardians comes in on a wild pitch. Azuri Yamazaki from the Red Sox comes in on an RBI single by Tommy Sullivan of the Orioles. The American League now leads the National League 3-1 as we head into the bottom of the third inning. New pitcher for the American League from the Guardians, number 24, Roger Gao.
And as this season wraps up, you can only look ahead to the playoffs. Holden, how excited are you for this round-robin playoff format that we've got this year, all these teams playing each other?
I'm glad you brought it up. We offered the coaches some debate about which format to use, whether it was a double elimination, seeding, or this. This was done last year, the round-robin format, with a single-game championship, and most of the coaches went for it because it gives everyone guaranteed 5 more games. Anything can happen. Last year, there was a regular season team that was undefeated that happened not to end up playing for the championship. So anything can happen. Should give everyone some hope in the second season. That said, we'll see. I mean, anything goes. In other words.
A lot of great players, and we're definitely going to have the opportunity to see some more of all of them as this round-robin playoff format continues into its second year.
Yeah, we're hoping the rosters, are intact, and everyone can play. Again, we do this format in quite a speedy way, so it does require some strategy from coaches to keep their pitchers and catchers well rested and their lineups intact. So, hopefully they all have good luck in doing that, and we get, great baseball out there.
Especially with summer ball right around the corner.
Agreed.
Well, you said we're going to have a chance to see these guys in the playoffs. We're going to have a chance to see more of them right now as we get ready to start the bottom of the third inning. Leading off for the National League from the Giants, number 2, Kramer Toto. First pitch from Gao. That one just misses for ball 1. And another great thing I love about getting to cover sporting events like this, all the great names you get. I mean, look at the guys we got facing off right now. It's Roger Gao against Kramer Toto. That's awesome. Maybe I'm just a dork, but I think that's awesome as ball 2 is thrown.
It's great, and I got to say, as someone that went through Brookline High School, played Brookline baseball, you really champion all the diversity that you get in the town of Brookline.
It's a pop-up into shallow left center, and that's going to drop. Lamacchia was trying to track that one, but that was just such a tough ball to measure. And in the end, coming in from center field was Bryce Hellendrung to collect it off the bounce. Clean single for Kramer Toto. And now at the plate from the Mariners, number 8, Soji Sano. And a hard crack of the bat into left. That drops fair. Back-to-back singles to the outfield to lead off for the NL here in the bottom of the third. We got some action going here, fellas.
That's right, and Soji Sano, such a great pitcher throughout the year. We saw it earlier in this inning, what he can do on the mound, but getting runners, moving them forward, and reaching base, it's really important to be able to do both pitching and hitting at this level.
That pitch almost got away from the catcher, but it's just going to be an outside ball 1 to probably the defensive highlight of the last half inning, as this is from the Giants, number 7, Hudson Huang. That one misses outside for ball 2. We saw what Huang could do with his glove to end the top of the third. Let's see what he can do with his bat here in the bottom half. That one catches the outside corner, a 2-1 count now.
You mentioned that defensive play in right field, and at this level, you see all the positions the guys are playing, and everyone does a little bit of everything. I think at this level, that utility, being able to do so much, is so valuable for teams. Holden, can you attest to that?
Yeah, we're a developmental league, especially in the spring and certainly the fall seasons. We're here to develop players at all positions. The summer season can be more exclusive and rely upon your best skills, on the field and at the plate. But you don't need to specialize here. So many athletes here do play multiple sports, so they may not get reps, all the time in those sports at the preferred position, especially in club. But here, again, the coach's mandate is to put these players in all positions and see where they thrive. And again, some surprises, mostly on the positive side, for those who may select other positions that when the ball finds you, right? So again, you can't hide players in this league. That's the number 1 rule. So with that in mind, you put players everywhere and see how they perform when the ball gets to them.
Now with the bases loaded following the walk by Huang, ice in his veins on that payoff pitch to draw ball 4. Now batting and taking ball 1 for the 1-0 count from the Reds is Leo Vankowski, but we got a pitch skipping away from the catcher. A play at the plate, sliding in, safe is Kramer Toto with run number 2 for the NL. And that's going to cut this to a 1-run ball game, gentlemen, and put runners at second and third with no outs here in the bottom of the third for Vankowski, son of the NL and Reds head coach Brett Vankowski, as he swings and misses for a strikeout on that one.
Well, we're right by the Heath School. Lincoln being represented by Soji. He's really raking today, along with Max, both of them combining for 2-4. So Lincoln School, one of the local K-8s, really starting off with the hot bat.
And that right there was strike 3. Swinging and missing was Leo Vankowski. That'll be out number 1 off the pitch from Roger Gao. So we got 1 out. Runners still on second and third. Now up comes from the Giants, number 5, Amiel Jotkowitz. First pitch is high, got away from the catcher for a bit, but the runners decide to hold. At third base, you mentioned Sochi Sano. He represents the potential tying run at third base. Hudson Huang at second, the potential go-ahead run for the NL. 1-0 pitch. That misses outside, ball 2. Roger Gao trying to hang on to his team's lead and get out of the jam. 2-0 pitch comes in high for ball 3 to Jotkowitz. And it's a 3-0 hitters count. That 3-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Gave him the green light on a 3-0.
Hey, in this position, you got 2 guys ready to be driven in. I totally defend the green light on 3-0.
And this one is skied into left. It's going to be caught. Sano tags, runs for home, close, slides in safely. A great throw from left field by Theo Bruin. But Soji Sano comes in to score on the sac fly by Jotkowitz. We have a tie ball game, 3 apiece with 2 down here in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
And that's a job done by Jotkowitz. You know,
real baseball.
Exactly. He swung at that 3-0 pitch, knowing you take that ball, you drive it, and even if you don't get the hit, you get that RBI sac fly. So real good piece of hitting.
And now we got a guy who knows a thing or two about a big crack of the bat today from the Mariners, number 22, Wyatt Dinwoody. He put a screaming line drive over the fence his last time up. What does he have in store for us now as this pitch gets away from the catcher, but Huang holds at third? The potential go-ahead run, Hudson Huang from the Giants, standing at third base right now. Dinwoody at the plate, 2 down here in the bottom of the 3rd. We're all tied at 3 apiece. Swing and a miss. Big strike get for Gao, as he is trying to at least hold on to a tie. Slices this one into foul territory. A 2-strike count now to Dinwoody.
So many guys, you know, when it's not baseball season, play other sports, other hobbies. Roger Gao looking for that 3rd out, does taekwondo, piano, swimming, and another hobby is doing math right here.
Now here's the pitch. Misses outside.
Well, maybe BYB could start teaching the kids how to keep score in a book properly. It's no easy task either, right?
Oh, hold it.
It's no easier task either.
Swing and a miss. It all adds up to a close out of the jam for Roger Gao as he preserves the tie at 3 apiece, but a great inning for the NL. And does it get more even than this? 1 run each from the 1st, no runs each from the 2nd, 2 runs each from the 3rd. 3 innings in, we're averaging a run an inning. The score, the AL 3, the NL 3. Holden, thank you so much for joining us here for part of this broadcast. We really appreciate having you.
It's my pleasure, thanks, and go BYB.
All right, BYB President Holden Hodgson has joined us. For Jack Roach, for ASPN HD, I am Jesse Mayfield Sheehan. We'll be back with the 4th inning of this ball game after a short break. Stay tuned.
Severe weather can strike anytime, anywhere, but there's a simple way to stay safe. Hey, Jim Cantori here. I stay safe in dangerous weather by planning ahead. You can stay safe too with a few easy steps. Build an inexpensive kit with supplies for your family's needs. Write down important information like phone numbers and medications. Always talk with your family and remember any pets in your planning. Be ready, be safe. Start your plan today at ready.gov/plan.
Hello and welcome back to Elliott Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. For ASPN HD, I'm Jesse Mayfield Sheehan, joined by Jack Roach, here for the top of the 4th inning of the 2022 Brookline Youth Baseball Major A Division All-Star Game. Leading off to start this inning from the Orioles, number 22, Jack Hochleutner. New pitcher from the Mariners, that's number 6 as he throws, I believe, a ball. Devin Reed is on the mound. Thank you for watching ASPN HD. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, joined by Jack Roach here for the top of the 4th inning as this game is tied at 3 apiece.
Hey, we're halfway through this ball game, and it feels like we're just getting started. So much action 3 innings into this one.
That one is going to miss as well. Hochleutner fouls that one off.
Devin Reed working quick with that delivery. Comes set and throws the ball right to the catcher. Definitely a quicker pace on the mound than what we've seen.
And this one's a grounder past the pitcher, past everybody, into center field. Hochleutner's got a leadoff single. I can speak English, I swear. So we're gonna have a runner on first to start the top of the 4th inning. And now coming up from the, from the Guardians, number 12, Bryce Hellendrung.
Great piece of hitting. Earlier we were talking about all the hits people had up the middle or line drives throughout the home run derby that aren't going to put it over the fence, but really great pieces of hitting for any other situation.
1-0 pitch to Hellendrung is going to miss outside. They're going to attempt the pickoff, but nothing doing there as Hochleutner gets back easily. 2-0 the count to Hellendrung. Reed the pitch. And that one's going to catch the inside corner for a strike.
Hellendrung, another guy with a lot of interest outside of baseball. He plays soccer, basketball, chess, and cross country and track.
Man, that is a man staying active both with his muscles and with his mind as he fouls that one off to stay alive.
A lot of power at the plate and with the brain when he's playing chess.
That pitch comes inside, almost hits him. And now he slices it. Another foul.
Staying alive. That's something that I used to do a lot as a player when I couldn't hit it over the heads of the outfielders. Staying alive, staying competitive, deep into a count really works the pitcher.
What was it you were doing?
Fouling balls off.
Staying alive?
That's right, Jesse.
That's going to be a walk. Well drawn from Hellendrung after staying alive. So it'll put runners at first and second. And we got a reach out foul for strike 1 to number 15 from the Red Sox, Theo Lawrence. First and second, no out. Hochleutner in scoring position, the potential go-ahead run as this one comes in low.
One of the 2 Theos represented by the Red Sox.
Yeah, that was one of the fun things, seeing the batting order and seeing Theo B and Theo L, as that one's in there for strike 2 to Theo L. As, of course, Theo Bruin, also a guy whose name we've said a bunch today. Oh, that pitch dips in perfectly for strike 3. Completely fooled him with the sinker ball there. Big strikeout get for Devin Reed.
And Theo Lawrence, one of the stronger hitters that we're going to see today. We've got the stats. He's got a 943 OPS, bats 333. Those are some all-star numbers if I've ever seen them.
And the first pitch is outside against this batter from the Orioles, number 19, Shea McDonald. Hard hit, that's going to go into right field. It's fielded, I believe, by Huang and thrown back into the infield. Does not catch the runner at second. He wanted an out call at second, but instead we're going to have bases loaded.
And that's a great piece of hitting by Shea McDonald, going the other way with that outside pitch and setting up the bases loaded for Roger Gao.
Roger Gao with the bases loaded And 1 out. First pitch is fouled off. So Roger Gow representing the Guardians, number 24. The math specialist taking the ball on that one. Situation right now, 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Jack Hocklutner, the potential go-ahead run at 3rd. Bryce Hellendrung at 2nd. Shea McDonald at 1st. We got a grounder into the infield. It's fielded, thrown to 2nd. They get the 2nd out, but they cannot get the 3rd. McDonald out on the fielder's choice, but Hocklutner in with the go-ahead run on the RBI fielder's choice by Roger Gow.
Roger Gow, very speedy, getting to first base. There was no chance that they could get that double play, and as a result, he drives in a run, getting that go-ahead 4th run for his team.
Now with runners at the corners, we got a wild pitch. Runners coming in, slides in, safe. Bryce Hellendrung comes in with another run. Oh, they picked off the runner at 2nd. You cannot blink at the BYB All-Star Game. Heads up defense. After a wild pitch brings in Bryce Hellendrung, they throw out Gow at 2nd. Heads up play by the defense. Great tag applied. I think it was Jotkovitz who got that last tag. Wow. That's all I could say after that one, Jack.
Yeah, they were lucky they got those 2 runs in, but great job by the defense not hanging their heads and able to get that 3rd play by Roger Gow just a little bit too far off the bag at 2nd base. So you have to give it up for the defense, making a great play and staying alert even after letting up a run in that wild pitch.
Now coming on to the mound for the AL here in the bottom half of the 4th is going to be the man who just scored that 5th run for the AL, number 12, Bryce Hellendrung. His American League team now leads the National League 5-3, but they've taken the lead over the NL twice so far today, and each time the NL has tied it. Like I said before, 1 run each in the 1st inning, none in the 2nd, 2 each in the 3rd, now 2 more from the AL in the top of the 4th. Can the NL answer again?
Well, there's so many great bats on both of these teams, but Bryce definitely makes it tough with how strong he is as a pitcher. He pitched and closed out the last game of the season to get the big win for the Guardians before the playoffs, and his favorite position is on the bump as a pitcher. So a guy that's definitely comfortable in a big situation. He's done it all year long, and here we are in the All-Star game, as high leverage as things have been all season long.
Absolutely. Now coming up to the plate, leading off for the NL from the Reds, is we got a meeting at the mound with his catcher, which appears to be Tommy Sullivan, and a number of the other infielders also coming in for this meeting with Hellendrung before a pretty critical bottom of the 4th.
Little brother Mikey joining the conversation on the mound.
Leading off for the NL from the Reds, number 15, Nick Jewett. You know, you mentioned Hellendrung, as this one is fouled off by Jewett for strike 1. You mentioned all the other stuff he does: soccer, basketball, chess, cross country, and track. 3 of those 4 things really involve your legs a lot of running around, a lot of leg strength, and in baseball, that's where it all starts, batting or pitching.
That's right. That's really where you get all your power from, and being able to play multiple different sports really completes you. And I mean, you'll talk to so many college athletes, and very few, if any, play strictly one sport. I think that being able to get involved in soccer, basketball, running makes you a better baseball player.
0-2 pitch, and this one is popped foul. And you know, it's funny, back when I went to Brookline High School, you know, back in caveman times, I actually did an interview for a story. I interviewed Brookline High Athletic Director Pete Rittenberg about doing multiple sports. We got a grounder over to 2nd. It skips past Mikey Sullivan into the outfield as Jewett reaches 1st to lead off the inning. But I talked with Rittenberg, and he said he had talked to Theo Epstein, who at the time was the GM of the Red Sox. Not the Red Sox out here in this All-Star game, the Major League Boston Red Sox, and how they look for multi-sport guys at the professional level.
Absolutely. And Theo Epstein, coming from Brookline High, I'm sure learned it, because a lot of guys play those multiple sports, and I think that, should really serve as a lesson to everyone to really, expand the sports you play, try new things. Heck, in high school, I tried water polo, and I loved it, so made me a better ball player, too.
That sounds like an awesome time, water polo. I've seen that before. It looks like a lot of fun. At the plate right now, though, with a runner on first and nobody out from the Mariners, number 24, Teddy Brown, hits a grounder up the third baseline, just foul. Smart play by Nick Dowd, getting behind the ball to let it roll foul.
That's right. And Teddy Brown has been in big situations before. He broke up an Orioles no-hitter this year, so trying to deliver some always needed offense for both of these teams, where you're going to see a lot of hits today.
And you need offense in this situation if you're the NL. Down 2 runs here in the bottom of the 4th. Pitch from Hellendrung gets past Tommy Sullivan, but it's a walk, so both runners get to advance anyway. Jewett down to second, Brown down to first. Runners at first and second with nobody out. And now batting from the Reds, number 12, Eli Gewurz. First pitch gets away from Sullivan, and now both runners are going to advance. It'll be a 1-0 count to Gewurz with runners at second and third. The tying run at second now. This pitch, it's a high hopper foul.
You mentioned that runner at second, Teddy Brown. He plays for the Triple Crown Kings in Dedham and also the Junior Bruins Elite Hockey team. So,
oh, this is a sky-high pop. It looks like it's going to be just out the infield, and it's dropped. And Jewett's going to come in to score, and Brown is going to advance to third in the confusion.
That's a really tough play, Mikey Sullivan. Really tough, especially as a second baseman running back to catch that. And that's really where communication comes in key. Center field, outfield, talking with the second baseman. So definitely a learning moment for all these guys here on the field today.
That makes it a 5-4 ball game, and now up is Devin Reed, as I think that first pitch was called for strike 1. And they're looking for the threat of the potential double steal. They do have runners on the corners with no outs here in the bottom of the 4th, as this one comes in low. Tying run now at third. The Mariners, Teddy Brown, the pitch to Reed, and he fouls this one off.
Good swing by Devin Reed, trying to go the other way with that outside pitch. That's something that you love to see from guys at this level, when it's so hard to not just be a strictly pull hitter.
And this one he slices right over the second baseman, and it gets past Sullivan, and the tying run is going to come in for Brown, and all runners are going to reach safely.
Such a tough hop. Difficult to tell if you should charge it and try and catch it in the air, or wait and really field something that's easier at second base. So just caught in between, nothing that can't be corrected.
And once again, the NL has reset this score. It's tied at 5. This one takes a weird and hard ricochet off the backstop, so the runners decide to hold. It'll be first and second, nobody out. And now at the plate from the Giants, number 12, Milo Parks Cohen. We got now a meeting at the mound with Hellendrung, and it looks like we might actually have a pitching change or a defensive change, as teammates are comforting Mikey Sullivan. And you know what, that's good to see. This has been a rough inning for him, but it's an all-star game. This is a fun game. No hard feelings, no nothing, and his teammates are there for him, even the ones from other teams.
Absolutely. You've got all the teammates coming in. And listen, these are 2 tough plays. Nothing that you should really hang your head on. He's staying in the game, as he should. But here comes Milo Parks Cohen, a guy, again, who plays so many positions, middle infield, third base. He loves being a pitcher, and guess what? He can hit, too, because he was just shy of hitting for the cycle. A guy that has gotten so much better out in Watertown playing for Boston Prime.
This one comes in high for a ball. We've got runners at first and second with nobody out. Eli Gewertz, the potential go-ahead run. And that's a hard crack out into right field, and it's foul.
And we've got a new favorite hobby for you. Milo Parks Cohen loves RC cars. I wish I had some more of those when I was growing up.
This pitch comes inside, and I see some other fun hobbies on there, including wiffle ball and knee hockey.
Regular hockey too, but knee hockey cannot be forgotten.
No, can't forget that. Underrated game. And this one's gonna go through the gap. Perfect placement by Parks Cohen. Just like trying to get it past a goalie, either in hockey or in knee hockey, you gotta be able to find those holes and split those gaps, and he does it perfectly on that single to load the bases.
Great piece of hitting by Parks Cohen, and the NL threatening to take that go-ahead lead. Game tied at 5-5. Bases loaded now.
And up to the plate from the Reds, number 2, Max Minukin. And not just bases loaded, but bases loaded with nobody out. As this pitch gets away from Sullivan, but favorable enough deflection that the runners decide to hold.
Bases loaded, no outs. So many runs can be put on the board, but a double play can shorten the inning just like that, so stay tuned.
And this is a grounder back to the pitcher. He's going to throw home for 1, and not in time for anything else, but they do get the first out, and they get the lead runner. Good poise there by Helendron.
Exactly. That's the right play. You can take the chance at the double play, but with the momentum heading towards home plate, you take a deep breath, you set your feet, and you make that guaranteed out at the plate.
Now at the plate with 1 out and the bases loaded. From the Giants, number 2, Kramer Toto. Big swing from Toto. Oh my gosh, Mikey Sullivan! Redemption! A huge second out grab.
What a play by Mikey Sullivan, able to gather himself after some tough plays and really save the inning. That ball goes up the middle, and it's blown wide open. So saving runs, saving his team, and really a great redemption after some early inning struggles.
And now, can they get out of the jam with the tie intact? Soji Sano at the plate. This one gets away from Sullivan. This is bouncing too far. Throw to home. Oh, just got away from the pitcher. And 1 run comes in. The NL takes the lead. And the runners advance to second and third. 6-5 now, the National League lead.
And Jesse, I believe that's the first lead of the game.
For the NL, you're correct. They've always been responding in the bottom half, but now they lead 6-5 with Sano at the plate. 2 outs, runners at second and third. They've got Max Minukin at second and Milo Parks Cohen at third. And that's a swing and a miss, and Sullivan applies the tag for the 3rd out. We are through 4, and for the first time we are ending an inning in a not tied situation. The score after 4 innings, the National League 6, the American League 5. From Elliott Field here in Brookline, Massachusetts for ASPN HD, alongside Jack Roach, I am Jesse Mayfield-Chen. We'll be right back with the 5th inning of the 2022 BYB Major A All-Star Game. After a short break, stay tuned.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover their unique mix of all kinds of traits.
Where do I while ago. Where's Wiley? Ah, there she is. Pa?
Do you remember being an ancient wolf? Do you ever feel the call of the wild?
You're a renegade cop, and I'm a con woman with nothing to prove. But together, we could really solve this murder.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but all of them are pure love.
Welcome back to Elliott Field in Brookline, Massachusetts for ASPN HD. I'm Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, joined by Jack Roach, here for the top of the 5th inning of this, the 2022 Brookline Youth Baseball Major A Division All-Star Game. Leading off here in the top of the 5th for the American League, representing the Red Sox, number 5, Tycho Barden. The National League leading this one 6-5 right now, as this pitch is going to be a hard grounder foul, so a quick 0-2 count to Barden off the arm of the National League pitcher here in the 5th inning from the Reds, number 19, Leo Vankowski.
And Tycho's another two-way player. His highlight of the season is striking out Hudson and getting a hit off of him. So a little friendly rivalry, but speaks to what he can do on the mound and also at the plate.
At the plate this time, however, he strikes out, and so that'll be one out for the AL. Next up at the plate for the Orioles, number 9, Mikey Sullivan. Sullivan really giving us one of the better moments of this game. We saw he had a couple of tough missed balls early on in the bottom half of the 4th. You know, his teammates took a timeout to comfort him a little bit as he gets a check swing grounder there, well fielded by Vankowski for out number 2.
And you can
but
tell
Sullivan got that great liner catch, which I think everybody was happy about.
Exactly. His brother was in the huddle moments before that play, and you can tell the special bond the two of them share. Mikey's, one of his favorite hobbies is beating up his brother and watching him hit home runs. So I'm sure he did plenty of watching the home runs. We'll see about beating up his brother later.
Well, right now with 2 down, as Vankowski making quick work of the AL lineup. Now up from the Guardians, number 9, Nick Dowd. And Dowd has reached base in some unorthodox ways. Of course, in the top of the 1st, he reached on a dropped third strike, came in to score the game's first run. So he's had some interesting times so far as the sun beating down on us from right field. Dowd hits a bouncer, it goes over the pitcher and past the second baseman into center field for a single for Dowd.
Dowd has really played well recently after some tough strikeouts. He reached base 7 times, and most of those were to start off the game. You mentioned the impact he had early in this one, so a really strong leadoff hitter.
Zuri Yamazaki hits a grounder, well fielded by Dinwiddie at third, thrown to first in time for the 3rd out. A great stretch by Nick Jewett at first. Wyatt Dinwiddie, who also had the home run back in the 1st inning, he's taking care of business on both sides as he closes up the top of that 5th inning right quick. The NL maintains a 6-5 lead.
And that's the first time we've had a blank frame since the 2nd inning. There's been so much offense, but to see Vankowski dealing on the mound is a really nice change of pace for us because elite pitching is, I mean, there's nothing better than that. Seeing a guy working on the mound is really like watching an artist work. So great job on the mound. We'll see how the NL responds this time at the plate.
The NL indeed coming up for this bottom half, and they will be facing the AL's new pitcher. And this will be number 6 from the Red Sox, Theo Bruin.
One of 2 Theos on his team, as we mentioned.
Yes, not just one of 2 Theos in this All-Star game, not just one of 2 Theos on the American League roster, one of 2 Theos from the Red Sox specifically, as we have both number 6 Theo Bruin and number 15 Theo Lawrence.
And Theo Bruin's favorite position is right here on the mound, but I've got the official stat sheet up, and it looks like he plays pitcher, catcher, shortstop, left field, third base, first base, center field, and right field. So I don't think you can ask for more than that. Really, what they call him, a five-tool player in baseball.
Listen, guys named Theo from Brookline tend to do well for the Red Sox. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can say that again. You mentioned Theo Epstein, a guy who went to Brookline High, Brookline native, and did some great things for our local Boston Red Sox.
For a couple of different organizations, actually, as he helped both the Red Sox and the Cubs to World Series championships. Helped with 2 historically cursed franchises.
Yeah.
The power of Theo from Brookline.
Hey, we'll
and
see
we'll
it
see
here.
the power of this Theo from Brookline as Bruin sets up on the mound for the start of the bottom of the 5th inning. First pitch to Hudson Huang is hit right back to him for out number 1.
Confident strike from the mound to first base. I know some pitchers struggled to make that throw, but he threw a dart right to Tommy Sullivan at first base. Clearly not afraid to make a good throw to get a runner out at first base.
We cycle back to the top of the NL order from the Reds, number 19. We just saw him deal on the mound. It's Leo Vankoski laying down a bunt, fielded, and it's missed. The throw to first. It's sailing into right field, and Vankoski's going to rush for second and now for third. Leo Vankoski going for the bunt, and the bunt up the first baseline. It looked like Bruin might have had him, but the throw just miscommunicated there at first base. You were talking about how dangerous that throw to first can be. I think you jinxed him, Jack.
I may have spoken too soon.
You owe him an apology.
But he delivered it with confidence, and I think that's what's important. You can work on the precision, but at the end of the day, if you're afraid to make that throw, there's not a whole lot you can do to fix that. He clearly is confident throwing to his first baseman.
Now at the plate, it is Amiel Jotkowitz. He's taking the first 2 pitches outside from Bruin's sidearm delivery. As this one, a grounder, it skips weird off the mound, and Lawrence tried to trap it, he couldn't. And that's gonna bring in Vankoski for run number 7 for the National League.
And that's so tough because you faced 3 batters, and all 3 was weak contact right back to the pitcher.
And speaking of the, excuse me. Boy, did I sneeze at a good time. A pop-up to second, fielded by Theo Lawrence for the second out of the inning there. The power of Theo once again from Lawrence and Bruin, and we mentioned Epstein before. Turns out he played here in Brookline Youth Baseball as a member of the then Brookline Indians, who of course have been renamed to the Guardians. But nice little fun fact there, as now at the plate for the from the Reds, number 15, Nick Jewett. After that pop out by Wyatt Dinwoody, whose name I neglected to mention while I was busy sneezing. So 2 outs and a runner at first. The NL with a 7-5 lead over the AL here in the bottom of the 5th. Swing and a miss.
Great pitch, finding the location, finding his zone by Theo.
And that's going to be in there for strike 2. Bruin hitting those corners well, trying to get out of the inning with just 1 run allowed. And that one gets away from the catcher, and Jotkowitz is going to go down to second. So a runner back in scoring position. And I believe the count is 3-2. And this pitch misses completely. That's going to be ball 4, and Jotkowitz is going to take off for third. And that's going to put runners at the corners with 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th. As now up comes from the Mariners, number 24, Teddy Brown.
And as a pitcher here, it's so hard to not worry about the guys on first and third. I'm sure there will be a play at second in a stolen base, but really you got to focus on the guy with the bat in his hands and get that out at the play without having to worry about those runners.
First pitch is in there for a strike, and you're right, first and third is about the worst situation base runner wise for a pitcher, as the 0-1 pitch is in there for strike 2. because not only do you worry about if a ball gets past your catcher, a run comes in, the double steal is totally in play. Like, even if it's second and third, yeah, that's tough, but you're not worrying about any double steals. This one is launched up the middle, and that's going to cleanly bring in run number 8 for the NL. An RBI single for Teddy Brown. Drives in Amiel Jotkowitz.
Great piece of hitting, going with that ball straight up the middle where no one could find it, between those middle infielders, but also in front of the center fielder.
Now at the plate is Eli Gewurz, and he swings and misses for strike 1. Runners at first and second, still 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th, but the NL starting to build on its lead. 8-5 now the mark, as this one is fouled off for strike 2. Quick 0-2 count to Eli Gewurz. That ball misses outside, 1-2. And that one he sends it high, but Gewurz does not chase. 2-2 the count.
Yeah, the catcher wanted that high pitch. I wonder if that's a big swing and miss location.
Well, that time they mix it up, they go low, but he reaches out and bloops a foul grounder down the third base side. Stays alive at 1-2, or 2-2, excuse me. This one misses outside. We got a full count now to Gewurz. 2 outs, runners at first and second. The NL leads the AL 8-5. And that's going to be ball 4. And it looks like we're going to have a pitching change here, as Theo Bruin is going to come off the mound with 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th. It looks like they are going to pull in Jack Hocklutner, number 22 from the Orioles, to try and close out this inning. Bruin is going to leave 3 inherited runners and allowed 2 runs that inning. Though really, even though the error arguably was on him, as a pitcher, that ends up as basically no earned runs, because the runs scored with 2 down, or 1 run scored from a guy who reached on an error, and the other run scored with 2 down, which would have been 3 down without the error.
Yeah, definitely a tough position for a pitcher to now come into with the bases loaded, but the upside is you've got to force at any of these bases here. You got 2 outs, so all it takes is a ground ball to any fielder, and you can practically step on any bag that's near you. So tough position, inheriting some runners, but you've got the forces all around the diamond.
And we will see if the force is with the AL here at the end of the bottom of the 5th. As coming up to the plate for the National League from the Mariners, number 6, Devin Reed. First pitch from Hocklutner misses outside for ball 1. A 1-0 count to Reed. And this one, he's behind it and sends it foul off of the backstop. Interesting kind of delivery motion for Hocklutner. He's one of those guys, takes the ball out of his glove, puts it back in, and takes it back out again while he's going through his motion. And this one reaches out, grounds it to first, and Sullivan is going to take it unassisted for out number 3.
It looks like that delivery worked, Jesse.
It seems to have worked, as he gets the 1 out necessary to limit the damage. But now through 5, the score here in the All-Star game, the National League 8, the American League 5. From Elliott Field in Brookline, Massachusetts, for ASPN HD, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, joined by Jack Roach. We will be back with the 6th inning of the 2022 Brookline Youth Baseball Major A All-Star Game. After a quick break, stay tuned.
Severe weather can strike anytime, anywhere, but there's a simple way to stay safe. Hey, Jim Cantore here. I stay safe in dangerous weather by planning ahead. You can stay safe too with a few easy steps. Build an inexpensive kit with supplies for your family's needs. Write down important information like phone numbers and medications. Always talk with your family and remember any pets in your planning. Be ready, be safe. Start your plan today at ready.gov/plan.
Welcome back to ASPN HD here at Elliott Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. I am Jesse Mayfield Sheehan, joined by my colleague Jack Roach for this, the top of the 6th and possibly final inning of the 2022 Brookline Youth Baseball Major A All-Star Game. The National League leading the American League 8-5. Max Mnookin of the Reds, number 2 on the mound for the NL, trying to close this out. Leading off for the American League from the Orioles, number 34, Tommy Sullivan.
And for the American League, in a situation like this, got a couple runs to make up. There's no other hitter you want here than Tommy Sullivan.
The only thing I think they would ask for more is that maybe someone be hitting in front of him so he could have some runners on base. He hit 19 home runs in the final round of the Home Run Derby. Has been keeping it in the park so far today and almost gets hit by that pitch as he does get walked. I'm not sure if that was just 4 balls or if that actually grazed him. That might have actually grazed him. So a leadoff base runner for the AL. As you could tell, Mnookin was kind of just like avoiding the strike zone as much as possible against Sullivan. We'll see what he does here against Luke Lamacchia, number 2 of the Guardians. First pitch misses high and inside for ball 1.
Regardless, getting that first base runner on base, whether it's first, second, or third, is a huge start for the American League.
Good cover by the catcher there, as that's going to be ball 2. It's a 3-run deficit that the AL has to make up if they want even a bottom half of this inning. Mnookin's pitch. That comes in high, 3-0, the count to Lamacchia.
So yet to throw a strike here for Mnookin.
Now the 3-0. And that one's down Broadway for strike 1. Did not give the green light on that one, and I can respect that. You got a pitcher who's thrown basically 7 balls to start. See what happens.
Good job settling in, though.
3-1 pitch, and he fools him inside, gets him swinging, and we've got a full count to Lamacchia. Potential for a rebound from Mnookin, and that would be huge. Payoff pitch. Misses well outside, and that's ball 4 for Lamacchia. 2 leadoff runners on for the AL, and now the tying run is at the plate, Jack. With no outs and runners on first and second, up comes from the Red Sox, number 6, Theo Bruin.
And it wouldn't be an all-star game without this sort of finish.
First pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. And for Bruin, who unfortunately did not get to finish the bottom of the 5th, there's perhaps some heat he's still got left in him here at the plate as he cracks the bat out to shallow right. That's going to drop in foul territory.
And certainly some unfinished business, as you mentioned, for Theo Bruin, trying to get things started, but just barely foul. Good location just between the first baseman and the right fielder, so we'll see if he's able to straighten it out here.
I believe the count is 0-2. This pitch misses well outside, and that's a 1-2 count. As Tommy Sullivan kind of teasing the catcher with a big leadoff from second. 1-2 pitch, and this one is sliced foul, and Bruin stays alive.
Theo Bruin fighting. That's his second ball fouled away, so we'll see how deep he's able to take this at bat until he gets that pitch that he's looking for to drive.
Count is 1-2. Runners at first and second, no outs here in the top of the 6th. And that one misses outside. Good check by Bruin to work his way to a 2-2 count.
Great discipline. I know how bad he wanted to swing at it, but able to hold up and not get fooled by a tough pitch.
That one fools him, though, in there for strike 3, and a huge strikeout for Max Mnookin as he checks on Tommy Sullivan back at second with a chuckle. Now coming to the plate with 1 out from the Orioles, number 22, Jack Hocklutner. And we got a meeting at the mound now with Mnuchin. And it looks like they're trying to strategize a bit to try and close out this game. 8-5 is the National League lead over the American League right now, but the tying run is at the plate, Jack. They've got Tommy Sullivan at second and Luke Lamacchia at first. And we see Tommy Sullivan is trying to get in the catcher's head and in the pitcher's head by dancing off from second.
That's right, and when you're in an all-star game, each team, they've got their 12 hitters, but each of them are the very best in the league. So once you get past Tommy Sullivan, you know what? You've got 11 guys that are right there, able to do a lot of damage with the bat, and his teammate now trying to drive in Tommy and Jack Hocklutner.
First pitch, big crack of the bat, that's out to right, and it's caught for the second out of the inning. Nice catch out and right by number 8 of the Mariners, Soji Sano.
Great play in right field and smart decision by Sullivan to not try to advance. It doesn't make a whole lot of if you're at second or third in this situation. So smart base running.
And this, we got a bit of a throw out as Sullivan goes back to second after the first pitch to this, the last hope of the American League from the Guardians, number 12, Bryce Hellendrung. That one is high for ball 2, a 2-0 count to Hellendrung. 2 down, runners at first and second.
Hellendrung in his first all-star appearance, so big situation for him.
And that one is in there for strike 1, so 2-1 the count to Hellendrung in this situation. Oh, caught him inside for strike 2. Nice pitch, just completely fooled him there. Now a 2-2, excuse me, 2-2 count with 2 outs. The pitch misses wildly, and runners are going to advance to second and third. Excuse me there. The pollen is strong here in the 6th inning at Elliott Field. It's a full count now, runners at second and third. The payoff pitch in high, ball 4. The game marches on, bases loaded. 2 down, top of the 6th. Tying run at first. Go-ahead run at the plate. It is from the Red Sox, number 15, Theo Lawrence.
These are the situations you dream of in your head when you're not able to play baseball. Bases loaded, you're the go-ahead run at the plate. 2 outs down to your last count, so huge situation by Theo Lawrence here.
The 0-1 pitch. Misses outside, 1-1 the count to Lawrence. Boy, the pollen picks right now to try and come after my throat.
And all it takes is a single to get this thing started.
1-1 pitch, and he slices it, and that's going to go foul out of play. That's going to be strike 2. 1-2 the count to Lawrence. And Coach Vankowski telling his outfielders they can go to second for a force out if the ball comes to them, as that one is fouled off the trees, which means it's out of play. Catcher did try to make a play for it, but I don't think it counted.
Style points.
It's an all-star game. You got to get style points. Pitch. Hard contact into center. Caught! Vankowski gloves it to finish. A hard hit ball to center field by Theo Lawrence, but well tracked in center by Leo Vankowski of the Reds. He catches out number 3. They leave the bases loaded, and the National League is the winner of the 2022 Brookline Youth Baseball Major A Division All-Star Game. The final score, the NL 8, the AL 5. Jack, what a game.
Off the bat with that last batter in Theo Lawrence, it looked like we were going to play for a bit longer, but great play by the center fielder, Leo Winkowski, tracking that ball down, not losing his composure, and taking that hard hit right into the glove. Great way to finish the game, and overall just a great performance by both of these teams. Great baseball. Everyone had loads of fun between the Home Run Derby and the All-Star Game, and looks like we're going to have a bit of a celebration here, awards being given out. So what an afternoon, what an evening we've been in for, Jesse.
Absolutely. And as we get ready for the trophy presentation from the president of BYB, Holden Hodgson, who joined us earlier this broadcast. I mean, really, the back and forth of this game was absolutely spectacular. Yes, the NL got the final few punches they needed in the late innings, but throughout the first half of this game, it was just back and forth and back and forth.
That's right.
Exactly what you want from this game. I mean, in that first inning, we had 1 run apiece.
American League
from
team
2 teams.
8-5.
Nothing from either in the second, 2 from both in the third, and then it was the fourth that broke the pattern. The American League got 2, but then the NL got 3 to take the lead, and then they added a couple more runs to clinch the win.
We're going to let each coach call their respective players and hand them a trophy for being an all-star. It's a great award. You all should, win or lose, you should feel proud of this accomplishment, okay? So before we do anything else, let's clap for our all-stars, okay? First, to name the American League All-Stars, Matt Pappas, head coach. Sullivan. Tommy Sullivan. Missouri Yamazaki. Joe Lawrence. Tycho Barden. Roger Gal. Bryce Hallandron. Those are your American League All-Stars. For our National League All-Star team, Coach Brett. Eddie Brown. Eli Wertz. Kevin Reed. Nukin. Kramer Toto. Koji Seno. Hudson Wong. Thank you everybody for coming out. Good luck in the playoffs. Everyone clean out your dugout and get all the trash. I'm not picking it up. Thank you to your broadcast.
That was the award presentation to this, the 24 All-Stars of the 2022 Brookline Youth Baseball Major A Division season. And what a deserving group of young men.
Incredible. My favorite part of that was the gritty going out to get your trophy. If I was given a trophy, I'd probably take the gritty out, but really 24 guys out there did their job today, and that's how fun. You know, an all-star game is to celebrate the seasons that each one of these guys have had.
What a great season, what a great all-star game. And from ASPN HD here at Elliott Field in Brookline, Massachusetts, for Jack Roach, I'm Jesse Mayfield-Chin. We'll be back to close this one out right after the break. Stay tuned.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look! Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into ASPN HD. From Elliott Field here in Brookline, Massachusetts, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan, joined by my color analyst extraordinaire, Jack Roach. Jack, we just finished up an excellent day of baseball here at the 2022 Brookline Youth Baseball Major A Division All-Star Game. We started off with a thrilling home run derby highlighted by 19 home runs from the winner, Tommy Sullivan, in the final round. And then we got an amazing All-Star game, back and forth until finally the National League prevailed over the American League 8-5. Jack, you're a smarter guy than I am. You just graduated college. Explain to the fine people at home just how awesome a day of baseball we just had.
Well, you mentioned we started off with that home run derby where Tommy Sullivan had 19 home runs. A lot of pull action, a lot of balls to center fields near us with the camera crew. But in that all-star game, the National League prevailed. With that fourth inning, they took their first lead in a 3-run offensive firepower, full of action. Really a great game, but at the end of the day, it wasn't just the NL team that won. There were 24 winners because this is a celebration of all the work that these guys have put in all season long. So to even get here is just a celebration of how good these guys have been all year long, especially as we suit up for some playoff baseball coming up within the next few weeks.
Absolutely. But for this day, unfortunately, as spectacular as it is, it has come to a close. Thank you so much for joining us on this ride through a fantastic day of baseball here at Elliott Field. For ASPN HD, for our fantastic crew behind the camera, for my colleague Jack Roach, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all for watching, and have a great rest of your day.